boy summer, you gotta go. Little boy summer, you gotta go. Little boy summer, you gotta go. Little boy summer, you gotta go. Won't you come follow me? I'll be seeing another movie in the AMC. Later that night we can Star Wars and chill, and I can show you my lightsaber skills. If you show me your toys, I'll show you mine. We can finish last of the summer wine. I can't afford you an engagement ring. Instead I got a replica from the Lord of the Rings. Little boy summer, you gotta go. 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 Even though I try, at least I can dress myself and I'm pretty fly. I'm not the baller that you want me to be. We can still play the PS5 and Final Fantasy. My life as a gamer and journalist can be hectic. I still want our relationship to be top tier and epic. If you saw my Instagram and you like what you see, then come and take a trip to Puerto Rico with me. Together we can share a Kingdom Hearts destiny. I can be your Luca boy if you want me to be. Because it's Little Boy Summer, you gotta go. Little Boy Summer, you gotta go. Little Boy Summer, you gotta go. Little boy summer, you gotta go.
Welfare check is early this month. Looking to chill, interact and have fun. Open up my YouTube page and I see your melting face. And when I hear you burn, I'm the only dent on earth. This is so meaningful to me. Yeah, you're hurting back, your greasy hair, your patchy goatee is meaningful to me. Yeah, is meaningful to me. Yeah, yeah, your shitty playthroughs are all I need. I know you guilty, but you're meaningful to me. Yeah, you're meaningful to me. Yeah, you don't work just like my legs. Fuck the stupid trolls saying that you beg. You're not the same guy you were yesterday. Here's 150 for the vest today. It's time for a silly bubble blow, or I'm gonna close the tab and go. What's your favorite type of food? And can you read my haiku? Yeah, you're hurting back, your greasy hair, your patchy goatee is meaningful to me. Yeah, is meaningful to me. Yeah, yeah, your shitty playthroughs are all I need. I know you guilty, but you're meaningful to me. Yeah, you're meaningful to me. Yeah, you're hurting spicy hair, your patchy goatee is meaningful to me. Yeah, is meaningful to me.
That being
That being said,
Hello. This is Phil Burnell. All right. And just wanted to tell you that I love the podcast. That being said, big ups. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, relaxing, chill, interactive, fun. A.L.T. Insider, the legend, fantastic Mr. Sam, the dentist, Steve to the dead, psychological style host. Get well soon, man. Me, your cat, artistic style host. That being said, which vest is podcast best? That being said, which vest is podcast best?
If there was ever meaningful content, it's being produced right here on That Being Said.
Hello, everybody. What's up? We are here, and it is time for That Being Said message show coming at you on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday. And I hope you're doing well out there. Today, I have in my legendary group here in the middle here, Ludo World Order. How you feeling, my friend?
How's it going, ladies and skeletons? What's going on?
It's nice to have you here with us today. And we do not have Steve of the Dead, but we might have him later, all right? That's a little teaser for you. You never know if he might show up, he might not. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's get to it. Today we're going to get to some messages. We got a lot of messages built up, obviously, from the day, and we'll see what happens. So, anyways.
Oh, no.
Anyway,
You got audio issues? Is it super loud? Is it raining?
It sounds like it's raining, but I have a filter on you, noise suppression, but it seems like it is raining a little bit when you speak.
Oh, no.
Anyways, it only happens when you speak, so that's not good, but there you go. Before we get to that, though, let me get to a few hype announcements here from the P.O. Box, if you don't mind, Ludwig, if you're working it out. Let me see if I'll turn off my stuff on you, see if that helps or not. Okay, now can you speak, Ludwig? Hello.
Testing. 1 2 1 2.
Interesting style problem here. All right, how about this? Now speak. Hello.
Testing. 1 2 1 2.
All right, that fixed it. That fixed it. All right, I know the problem. A little detractor here in the filters. I took care of it. All right, Ludwig, can you speak now?
Testing. 1 2 1 2. Testing.
Okay, that's much better. All right.
Okay.
Anyways, let's fucking go. Okay, so from the P.O. Box. My brother. Sent something to the P.O. Box. We got to show it. So, first up, got some stuff here.
Cool.
We got legendary who sent this. I'm not sure who sent it, but my friends, we do have an official Hulkamania style headband here. Someone sent.
Oh, yeah.
Big ups to this. I will
definitely. Yeah, brother.
I got the shades too, so I'll definitely be wearing this, my friends. Big ups to whoever sent that. We got the Hulkamania action. We could do like Tevin did at Halloween that one year, I think. Didn't he do Hulk that one year?
Oh, yeah. He had the mustache, too.
Yeah.
He had the little blonde mustache, the handlebars.
That was hype. That was definitely hype. And next up, it appears, I've not seen this yet, but it looks like I have a hat. So let's see what the hat is. I have 2 hats. 2 hats are here. I have 3 hats. Holy shit. 3 hat style at once. The first is Danta Kojima. Hell yeah. Amazing. Kojima hat. That is a massive improvement to the stream. You're a legend. Next up, second style hat is, we're all seeing this for the first time together here. Ba-da-bong! Cammy style hat! Sexy Cammy!
Nice.
Yes!
Doing the Jacko pose.
Yes! Hype. There we go. We got a sexy Cammy.
That's a double whammy. That's 2 things Phil hates. Cammy and Guilty Gear.
Nice! Double style memeage. Here we go. And next, friends, last one is going to be Rollback netcode. Holy shit. Nice.
Wow.
This is my favorite one, being honest.
The question marks.
Yeah.
Like you don't know what's going on. It's like rolling a dice.
Amazing. Whoever sent this, anonymous style, you are a legend. Let me promise you. You will see these. This is a god tier hat right here. Rollback netcode. I wear this proudly. No one knows what I'm talking about. Also, one more amazing. And one more thing here is a poster style poster. I don't know who this is from, but they are a legend. And I think, oh my god, it is. It's that. Remember that person on Twitter shared the art of the two. Let me see if I can show this. That's Leanna. Hard to show you this.
Showing a bit of cleavage there.
Yeah, that's Leanna. This is huge. I know you can't see it. That's here. I'll back up. Here. This is a piece of art. We have Kat.
Wow.
We have Jenna. Look at this, dude. I'm getting this framed. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
You can't see it that well. Whoever sent this, you're a legend, dude. Seriously, it'll go right up behind
80s
me.
style art. Too.
This is a treasure for me. So you are a legend, my friend.
Wow.
Amazing. Great day here. Massive improvements coming out here. Big ups, dudes. Big ups, everybody. And yeah, thanks so much, man. That is really cool. That is really fucking cool. I'm happy. But to start the show, before we get to the messages and all that fun, did you see anything from yesterday, Ludwig World Order, about Philip and his qualms with Street Fighter?
Oh yeah, he's planning on putting out a special offline, I guess, rehearsed video where he's talking about how Street Fighter ain't what it used to be, y'all.
I don't know what it
used to be back in the day. You go into the arcade and you put in your quarters and you learn that way. But now you got all these videos going around telling people how to do tech, and that just means that I can't do my scissors as in Bison and dominate because people know how to counter it. They know how to parry the fucking completely telegraphed special move that he throws out at least 15 times around.
Yeah, so let's watch a little bit of that from Snort Burnell's video of that, because it's worth talking about, because there was a lot of amazing comments in here, so let's fucking go.
They're eternally stuck at 5-star diamond and cannot get the fucking master.
Chill stream, this is pretty darn good. And normally play.
Oh yeah, just a little tail end of Riven. This is pretty darn good, dude. $50. Thanks, guys. That was awesome. That was legitimately the worst stream. That's worse than Stardew, in my opinion. Riven.
Oh, I didn't watch it because I want to play it myself, so I didn't want to get spoiled. How was it?
Horrible. And it doesn't even have the benefit of chat helping, because even chat doesn't care about this one. So it's worse than Stardew, because at least you get, dense play DSP at that point. But in this one, no one cares. Like, Jade is like, what is going on? I don't know. No one but DSP also knows stuff oddly. He's like, oh yeah, in the future we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. And it's like, all right, Philip, if you're going to play the game, at least don't cheat yourself. But I guess he doesn't want to look like an idiot. But anyways, that's not the point of this. Let's get to Street Fighter talk here. Come on.
Logical liar.
Well, what I find hilarious are these Cammies that are eternally stuck at 5-star diamond and cannot get the fucking master. I mean, Cammy's a launch character. It's been over a year.
I know. He has no clue. And they also can get to 6 to master, as many of them are.
You didn't get her to master yet. You're probably never getting her to master. It's time to try something different. Like maybe try to learn how to play the game instead of just learning the one fucking pattern that got you to 5-star diamond but will never get you to the next level because you have no actual knowledge of fighting games. Maybe stop labbing and actually fucking learn fighting games instead.
Oh my god, Phil, a lot of them are doing the dive kick and they're turning that into combos. And it's a very simple technique just to open the opponent up and turn it into a combo. But Phil, that's your fault for not being able to find your way around it.
And I like the idea of stop practicing, learn how to play the game. All right, cool.
Yes.
Just saying.
Makes sense.
Anyway.
Oh.
So yeah, yesterday was just not a good session for me. I genuinely was going into it with a fresh mindset that I was going to play it differently. And by the end of the day, I was just as frustrated and pissed off. And I felt like it was a waste of time. I think I gained all day 150 master ranking points.
Awesome.
At least I gained points.
Yeah.
But still, I'm playing 3+ hours, right? And I'm absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do to enjoy the game.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do to enjoy the game. Just because he's not getting handed free wins from losers. The second it stops, this is what happens. Because remember, when he first played the M Bison, he started out that stream horrible. I mean, he started out okay, got like 4 wins in a row, and then he lost like 6 times in a row. Then the game sucks. Then we're in fucking rage mode. But then he kept losing, and skill-based netcode placed him with appropriate people, and he started winning some, and then all of a sudden it's fine again, and he's like, all is well. But, you know. Yeah,
he got a 10-win streak, and it got ended by another M. Bison. So he was benefiting from his opponents not understanding M. Bison, and then he doesn't understand M. Bison either, and he got beaten by him.
And that is the end of the fun. So
it's the same 4 characters in a loop. If I drop one move, I can't. That's it. Game over. Right? It's. Oh my god. It's like mind numbing. Gives you a headache. Makes you feel like this is what the game is now. Like
gives you a headache. It's time to hang up the controller, brother. If you're getting headaches, I mean, come on.
Even have fun.
That was the night too. He couldn't see. Remember? I can't see anything. What's going on?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, he was focused on the screen that's, like 6 feet away from him?
Yes.
And then he turns his head to look at the laptop, and he can't read what people are saying? Like, dude, I think there's a problem there. Isn't that like a symptom of diabetes, having pain behind your eyes?
Yeah, that's what I heard, but...
It's not even like I could jump online and, wow, in 3 hours I played like 12, 13 different characters and was good variety and we had good matchups. No. Every matchup's played exactly the same. It's like you're playing the same thing 17, 18 times. It's like sitting in a photocopy. You're just photocopying the same thing over and over for 3 hours straight. It's not...
Nice reference, photocopier. Is that what it's like? All right.
Fun.
I don't want to sit here and play top tiers all day. I don't like playing top tiers in this game online. I think it's more fun to play with mid to low tiers and just mess around and have fun.
That's not good.
If it was playing Mortal Kombat, you could call it a Sub-Zero.
I feel like when everyone
nice.
decided that they were going to put all of their tech online, meaning I'm going to make this video. Here's how you do the meta with fucking Cammy, right? Well, guess what? Now everyone copied it and everyone plays it exactly the fucking same. So now there's no originality, there's no discovery, there's no anything that's unique or interesting in the game. It's just the same pattern over and over. Put me to sleep.
ES says, I can't see anything. Cut me, cat. Cut me. Nice.
Jasper goes in. I can't do it. I can't do it, boss. I ain't got no claws.
Jasper, cut me. Shit.
Weird a fighting game even is supposed to fucking be. That's the Street Fighter 5.
That's a skit right there.
That's why Street Fighter 5 was a terrible game.
Damn.
Because there was no creativity. It was literally everyone playing the game exactly the fucking same.
Okay.
Now when you get out of certain characters, it's played like I very rarely see a Dalsim that's played identically across the board.
This early on, this is not fun. This isn't fun. It's work. That's what they mean. The game is work. It's not fun. It's work.
Oh no, Lord X Law says, so the main issue is that fighting games are too competitive now and it's hard to keep up? No.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Great comment, Dent. Let's see what Philip responds with.
Oh no, Lord X Law says, so the main issue is that fighting games are too competitive now and it's hard to keep up? No, the problem is that today, due to factors that are very different from back in the day, meaning by spreading
beyond his control,
the competitive information about a fighting game to the masses right away, you get personal gain from it. Right? You make money, you get views, get notoriety, right? Then all of a sudden you can immediately adopt that, you get noticed. Oh, maybe I get signed for a team, maybe I get a sponsorship, maybe I can make big money on my streams. Because of all that, there is literally no time of discovery anymore.
He acts like everyone's goal is to become the biggest Street Fighter player and make money on YouTube. That's like, what percent of the player base even is dreaming of that? 1? 2?
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
mean, I know the Evo pool is especially large this year. You got over 1,000 people playing Street Fighter 6, but like compare that to the amount of people buying the game. They don't even play it really online. They play it offline with friends. You know who those are, Phil?
Yeah, well, you don't have those. And he also says everyone's been playing it since launch too. So everyone has bought the game and just nonstop playing. If that was the case, it'd be the most popular game in the world. If everyone just played it since launch, yeah, awesome.
Any fighting game?
Most people play the game a few times a week, 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Maybe you play more on the weekend, but Philip acts like everyone's sitting there as much as him. And by the way, he has 300 hours in this game. Who has more hours, a normal person or Philip Burnell? Philip Burnell has hundreds of hours on most players. Hundreds. But, you know, everyone else is a tryhard, I guess.
The moment a new character is released or a new DLC patch comes out, everyone knows everything within a day. And that era of discovery, that time frame when a new fighting game was released or an update to a fighting game
when he can beat up scrubs who don't know anything.
And he admitted to that, by the way. He said, I hope I can get to master before everyone figures out how to play him the first day of M. Bison. He just
And
said
he doesn't have that window anymore, and he's like legitimately pissed off about that.
That's why we're pissed. That's what it's all about.
But he did pretty much have that window too. It's
Yeah.
a smaller window. Like when he was playing M Bison, people didn't really know what to do about him. But then by the time it was the night stream, they had all figured it out.
And then now we're stuck. And now we're just fighting for Master. And you know it burns him. Because every real player of this fucking game, Maximilian Dude, Justin Wong, and I know they're legendary players, but Phil wants to be in the same breath as them.
Yeah.
They did it in one sitting. With every character, basically.
I don't remember if he mentions it in this rant, but he definitely will in his prepared video. But he's going to blame it on people who get games early. He's going to blame it on like review copies and people like Maximilian Dude.
Those, 30 people? 50 people in the universe that get early game copies are rooting for him? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's mad that they're putting out videos that people can watch and learn things from them.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Because everyone was on the same equal footing, messing around, trying to learn everything, and you would have fun new gameplay mechanics, people experimenting with new things, people trying to see how things fit, and it would last a while. Today, it's literally 5 minutes. In some cases, it's no time at all, because they have access to new content, certain people, before it's even released. So they're already making videos about a new character and a new gameplay mechanic before it's even in the real game, and it's already been spoiled for everyone before anyone can even play it. It's just, in my opinion...
Yes, please.
When they decided that everything should be instant gratification, instead of earning it by...
Instead of back in my day, we had to earn it. We went to the mall. It was hype, dude. We checked out the 14-year-olds, played Street Fighter a few times. We had a lot of fun.
Playing and learning yourself. It's now, hey, the moment something is out, everyone knows about it because it's already online. Every plot is spoiled. Every Easter egg is found. Every nuance of the meta of anything competitive is already exposed within 24 hours. When that happens, there is no fun factor to a game anymore.
Like, to me, this game is work. To me, this is like, I have to really work my butt off to fucking succeed, and I don't want to do that. I want to have fun.
Yeah, that's the great clip. That's exactly what he wants. He wants this style of 98... Okay, oh my God. Guys, in the last 30 days, you want to know Down from the Rafters win rate? I'll show it to you here. Don't believe my words. I'll show it to you. A robust 100% win rate. Hell yeah!
Whoa.
30-day total, 100%. We don't lose around here.
Wow. we throw in another extra couple dollars and we rematch them and we win.
Keep coping, trolls. I'm getting 100% win rates.
There on his team?
It is.
How dare you?
The great Muhammad Ali.
And two female styles. Wow.
How usually he has that.
Well, not all the stops.
Melissa Rodriguez, I believe, is a longtime member of the Hot Latina, but she has been ditched for Becky Two Bites.
Zombie Becky.
And don't worry, we get the Uzi man himself, the underdog from the underworld. Hell yeah! You are coping, trolls. You wish you had this kind of team. Get on his level. Trolls punching air.
I'm suplexing the air right now.
Oh my God, look at this team, dude. You wish you had this, boys. 2,344 days consecutive login streak. You wish you did anything that many days in a row, assholes.
For the low price of $1,500 a week, you can have this too.
Oh, yeah. By the way, I looked it up. The stream started 3 weeks before Catherine Burnell moved in. Great. Catherine has not had a single day in that household that Philip has not played WB Champions since he moved in. Very hype. Very cool place to live. Congratulations,
Philip.
Philip.
What is he going to do when she's playing like vanilla Bethesda games in the other room? He's just going to sit on the couch and fiddle away on his phone like an annoying younger brother.
Oh, yeah, well, honey, I played this too. We had low contributions that day. Oh, yeah, honey, I know how to do that. Can you imagine?
Already.
I would eat too.
Moderating YouTube comments. Look at this idiot. I bet he thinks I read this, but I didn't.
I'd be eating too. Be honest, guys.
Expose everything. Like, how do you even have a good time? Oh, it's a feeling of a new game. No, it feels old within a day because everyone already knows everything.
Oh, it definitely feels old.
Right? When a new character comes out, you should be able to have fun with them at least for a little bit before it's so serious that, oh, I took one hit because I made a mistake. I lost the entire game. What the fuck just happened? It's brand new. How the fuck does everyone know this right from the get-go? Within 24 hours of Bison being out, already everyone knew you can't do a scissor kick because someone could just punish it with standing light kick into a free combo.
What do you
want?
want?
How did you know that? How does every player know that?
I just want to spam it and win.
How the fuck do you know that?
He was doing that shit on fight. Like, the first second you could, he was spamming that.
Oh, yeah, because he finds those...
You do that so much.
moves he thinks he can abuse, and he just leans into it. Philip is the biggest pattern player of all time, by the way. If you watch him, that your video showed that the best. It's just, it's everything he does is patterned. Everything except mashing. It's mashing or pattern. Those are the two options. So very big ups here. Let's watch a little bit more, then we'll move on.
Yeah, because some fucking dunce made a video how to beat Bison, and they spoiled it. So
Dunce.
no one discovers
How was
it
that guy a
naturally.
dunce?
Fucking dunce.
A damn educator teaching people. What an idiot. What a stupid person.
And reminder, this person, DSP, made his YouTube career was built off of fighting games, and he would call it madness, I think. So it would be like Zangief Madness, and this is supposed to help you get better. He would post it to websites to help you people get better. Like, that's what he made his YouTube career off of. And now he's saying these people are dunces.
Like for Overwatch. Like, oh my God, Phil, I can't believe you taught people how to play Winston. Now my Winston can't win and dominate. What a dunce.
That's exactly what he's doing. Amazing.
Knows it within 24 hours, and now you've basically ruined the entire discovery period for the character.
Discovery
and that takes
period.
the fun factor out of the game. That's my point.
The fun being beating scrubs who don't know what to do. That's what he's calling the fun.
The fun is 100% win rate. Get it right. Come on.
Trying to play harder. Hey, that's naturally going to happen when now there's a reward. There's now a carrot at the end of the stick. It used to be you just do it for fun and bragging rights. Now, if you get competitive in a fighting game, you have a chance to get signed to make money in a setting playing.
What percent?
Odds of that, right?
We're talking less than 0.5% of people can get money in any way from a fighting game. Legitimately. Like, that's probably too high right there. That's probably too high, honestly. But he thinks that everyone out there is trying to get money for being so good at a fighting game.
Like, it's the fucking wizard. Like, they're telling the parents, Mom, I'm going to be a pro.
There's no fun in anything unless you get something out of it. And that's the bottom line right here. Big ups to Joe Dub, who says, my eyes, the gunner glasses do nothing. The gunner glasses do nothing. Nice. Jay Woos on the house
says, if I don't get the new Hori fight stick, I'm never going to be a pro.
Gotta have that. Jay Woos on the house says, Super Blind Man cursed DSP with the sight of accessibility. Some people have been floating that around, that it's a Super Blind Man thing. Since he monetized his death. Oh, he says he didn't. Arlong in the house, shout out to Arlong, is that a One Piece reference? Says, Phil just longs for the days when people could hide tech and you could wallop anyone who didn't know the secret frames information, and that is fucking correct. And he talks about that too, I believe. I don't know if we're going to watch the whole thing to get that, but he said, like, those days, if you found that secret thing, you wouldn't tell anybody, show up to the tournament and wreck everyone. And that's fun. That's fun for a tournament, I guess, if you're that person. But after that, then what? It's the same thing. Then people tell everyone about it, and that's it.
Tournaments and traveling with a team, you could get sponsorships, you can make money on a stream. So I get it. Like, there's now a goal at the end that you could profit from being good. But the fact that because that's happened, now fighting games are no fun to be played.
Who says that? Who's saying that? Except Philip Burnell.
Like fighting games. Like, in general, they aren't really top sellers. I mean, to be honest, just to break down the sales, like, a lot of people don't buy it. They buy, like, single-player games or, like, Call of Duty and stuff. Like, and fighting games are still, to this day, they're pretty niche.
Yeah, and also, Mortal Kombat, a much more casual game, sells, like, double Street Fighter because, people don't care about the competitive side that Philip thinks everyone gives a fuck about, But,
yeah. It's more of a normie kind of game where people play with friends. That's why it's like 9th out of 10th in terms of applicants for Evo.
Yeah.
If you want to be competitive, you get Street Fighter.
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? Unless you plan on becoming a pro player in a fighting game, what exactly is the incentive
to have fun?
Street Fighter 6 right now.
To have fun playing a video game and get better at something. It's not that hard, really, but anyways, I've had enough of this. Fuck this. David Linda in the house says, David Linda were the first human beings to give birth to a projector. Ah, nice. Gotcha. Okay, so to start with, we got a bit here in the house, and this is from Broside Phil, who has, the manifesto. We all know the manifesto. Incel manifesto that Philip said. So I don't know if this is going to be as funny as it sounds, but I haven't heard it yet, but let's try it. This is the manifesto as read by DSP himself. Okay, so this is the manifesto read by DSP. Let's see if it's funny.
I just posted something in another forum that relates to women.
When I wrote it, something had struck a nerve, and I was pretty pissed off.
Just in case anyone knows what I'm talking about, Philip wrote this in a forum many years ago. He actually did write it himself. This was after a certain female named Taco-chan, let's say, didn't accept his advances when she already had a boyfriend that was Shady K, a different fighting game player. And he wrote this on a forum entitled The Female Thread, which is supposed to be only for females.
Yeah, it's even funnier when you mention where he posted it.
Yes. And he wrote this on a forum only for females, and he wrote this all himself. This is all him. So let's hear it.
I don't want any of you girls here to think that I'm writing about you, because I really don't know any of you well enough to make a judgment call. Well, 99.9% of you anyway.
That's for Taco-chan to know. I do know you well enough, but...
So don't take this personally. It's just that every woman I've ever known has let me down. Anyway, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about what I had to say. Here goes.
He's never let a woman down.
Truly interesting and wonderful women. Shit, every woman I've ever known was either extremely selfish and self-centered, too busy feeling sorry for herself to do anything else, too annoying and or geeky to stand for more than 30 minutes, too stupid to listen to advice they ask for, doing stupid things and then complaining to you because they went totally against what you told them. A total slut, a total tease, leading you on and then crushing you under their boot when you finally let on that you like her.
Oh. Dude, if we could find the woman he's talking about there.
Man, this is like straight out of Our Nice Guys.
Dude, legitimately. And this is what he said. Okay. When they crush you under their boot, when you finally let on that you like her. God. We don't know who he's talking about there. Yeah. I wish we could find out who that was. That could be Taco-chan, I don't know, but...
A total liar. So demanding that she expects you to read her mind like some kind of fucking psychic and never do anything unless it's with her. Don't be fooled. If she says you can go do something and she doesn't mind, she's lying and you'll pay for it later. Too full of herself. Just plain fucking crazy. Every single woman in my life fits one or more of the above, and every single one has let me down. You want to know why so many guys are so uninteresting, full of themselves, thinking they are the shit?
So cool guys? Yeah? Who's that? What's their problem?
Because women demand it. If a guy has no confidence, then that's no good. Women always whine.
I mean, that's okay. True statement, Phil. I think it's fair to say women like people with confidence, you know, on average. I think that's a fair statement, Philip. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, who tell women that they like them instead of waiting too long and then getting friend-zoned.
Yeah.
If a guy has no confidence, then that's no good.
Okay.
Women always whine they want a nice guy, and there are none of them left. Give me a fucking break. Women walk all over nice guys. Use them. Abuse them. Play with their hearts.
Oh,
But
I'm sorry,
end,
Phil.
Sorry, Philip.
They always fuck them over. Cheat on them, break up with them, tell them let's just be friends, or you need time apart, but then run off with some other guy, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, that one hurts, doesn't it, Philip? We've all been there, Philip. That one hurts, though. I don't write about it in a forum, though.
The fact of the matter is, the women of America have become so fucking selfish, dishonest, and full of themselves, they have no fucking idea what it is they really want from a man.
You are on watch, women of America.
This is why so many guys have become that same overconfident asshole. Because if we're nice guys, we get walked all over and thrown away because we're too boring.
No nice guys. Fuck nice guys, dude.
God. He's imagining all the women on the forum reading this and like I don't know, swooning, picking up their flip phone, going through their contacts, being like,
"You're right, Philip.
you are nice enough. Let's go on a date."
And he got shit on instantly in that forum.
Or whatever other stupid fucking reason you give.
At
least if we act like total dicks, we can get laid once in a while.
Right.
Damn superficial bitches.
Ooh.
If you can make up your fucking mind.
Damn superficial bitches out of nowhere.
That's what you wanted out of men. Maybe more guys would try to be like that. But instead, you're never satisfied. And you go on forums complaining that all guys are the same overconfident assholes. Well, maybe if you weren't sleeping...
He keeps saying that overconfident asshole thing, and he says a lot of women are... I think there's a lot of people, by the way, you know what I mean? Like, that's his idea, but then he says a lot of people are saying that. But... A lot of women are complaining there's all overconfident assholes.
Fucking minds what you wanted out of men. Maybe more guys would try to be like that. But instead, you're never satisfied. And you go on forums complaining that all guys are the same overconfident assholes.
Huh?
Well, maybe if you weren't sleeping with or dating that type of guy and or cheating on, turning down that nice guy for that asshole stereotype you so loudly proclaim to be bad.
All right, so he's talking directly to Taco Chan at this point, I believe.
So many guys
He's 21 years old at this point. I know it sounds like a high schooler. He's 21 years old.
wouldn't be trying to be like that in the first place. Dumbass. So yeah, Poon is good, video games are good, but women are a fucking waste.
Poon? Wait, hold on. Did you say Poon?
Poon is good.
Yeah, let me check the picture. Yeah, Poon is good. Poon is good. Hell yeah, Poon.
Them snappers, man. Let me tell you.
But women are a fucking waste of time, and the number one cause of bullshit and drama that men don't need. Edit. I don't think I'm some charming conversationalist or some super genius because I gave up on impressive women.
He edits it. He edits it. This because people, as usual, when he gets any clap back, he goes back and edits stuff.
I'm not saying I'm a hero. I'm just a regular guy, so I get to say all this inflammatory shit, and I get no pushback for it, right?
Women and bending over backwards for them. Now I'm just a dick. Can you guess why? Again, don't take the above personally.
Okay, I won't.
But you can't deny that a lot of what I said there has to be true. Any comments?
Any comments?
Of course not. That means I'm right.
So just for if anyone doesn't know, I did a legendary stream, in my opinion, on that incel manifesto. But Taco Chan's response is pretty good. I'll show you that real quick.
It is funny how you try and replicate his voice in AI. It's always deeper than his actual voice. Like it just shows you how much he artificially pitches up his own voice. It's really weird.
This is from Taco Chan herself, who confirmed that this was her and everything. Dude, so why did you bring this up into this thread? The girls here have nothing to do with your ranting, and you would have been better off PMing me with this anger than bringing it in here. Better off keeping it in that thread where it belongs. There was a different thread, apparently. We can't find that one. I'll address your post when I get the chance in the other thread. In the future, if you want our attention, please just post a link to that thread or tell whoever you want to check it out and address your reply to that post. I have no problem with that, but it is really random to come in here and find this.
Oh, yeah.
So, because he just dropped
chat.
it.
Earlier in the thread, he's like, ladies, you better look out. There's some horny guys in there. They don't know how to, behave themselves.
The classic. If I search horny, all right, we're not doing this. We're not doing a density scrolls here. But yeah, this is a classic legendary post, Philip. And according to what I think of the June documentary, he's going this far back, so he has to cover this. He has to. I know he's doing SRK stuff, so he has to show this.
Because you don't see it in any other documentary.
I know, and he's going this far back. I've confirmed he's going that far back. I can say that, but I don't know if he's going to which thing he's going to show. So I don't know how you don't show this, Sir June, but we'll see. I don't know how Philip's going to try to.
What's he going to say? Like they edited the post?
I mean, I guess he's going to say you didn't see the full context. I guess, but I mean, there's a 1,477 posts in here for context. And this is the new female thread. The first one they had to close down because too many dudes were being assholes, as usual. And DSP found himself in here, too. There is Taco Chan there. But yeah, anyways. Speaking of women of America, well, actually, I don't know where she's from. She might be a different country. But we have a message from...
Hey, guys. Apologies in advance for any background noise. Just wanted to say Phil's whole Wolverine thing reminded me of something.
Oh, God.
I'm sure a lot of people have at one point thought of a theoretical tip message. You'd never actually send it, but it's kind of fun to think about. Well, during the best streak, my theoretical tip message went something like this. Hello. I hope this went through okay. I've never done it before, but I wanted to reach out and thank you for the entertainment you provide to a dear family member of mine. He struggles to connect with others sometimes, but he really enjoys your streams. His favorite thing recently has been the vest streak. He even has his own vest that he puts on when you do. He gets so excited and says, "Vest time, vest time." I find it so endearing, and I just wanted to be a small part of that. I hope this helps. Keep doing what you do, sir. I try not to make it so obvious or on the nose, but I still feel like it's one of those things he would just kind of pre-read and give like a half-ass thank you to without actually reading it out loud. Anyway,
well, there you go.
Like I said, I'm sure other people do this, so what's your crafted theoretical tip message?
So shit, losing it. Anyways, that's a good question of the day, actually. What would you do if you were going to give a tip, which you should never do, everybody?
If you could get like a free tip or you're like a gifted membership and you got like a free like re-sub message or something.
Yeah. Tip message to Philip B. Yeah, and I would try to give me some time here, but I would try to do something like that too. Like, say I'm into something that Philip says is so silly and stuff. Like, you know, like you got to walk a dangerous line here. But I would say something like, you know, when you put on the glasses on, to me it means the stream is like successful, and I also get happy from that, or something. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a funny way, but like something like that that'll make him think something he thinks is silly is seriously something people look forward to. And I think it is legitimately, by the way. I mean, I think that's the case. If I think people do care about that shit, the actual fans of Philip, but I don't know, maybe that's just me.
So if I were, it would just be to fish for info, right? So like the thing about it is, with a narcissist, you can't really ask him like a question. You have to make it about yourself, and then he'll listen to it and he'll try to make it about himself. A good example is recently someone was talking about problems with ingrown teeth. Yeah. And he is like, oh yeah, well me and Kat suffer from that too. And it's like, oh, holy shit, I've been theorizing that was the case for a while now. But that's how you get him to talk about it. You say that you have that problem, and then he has to make it about himself. If somebody was like, hey Phil, do you suffer from ingrown teeth? He would give you like some blown off asshole answer. But
good point.
You have to be sneaky about it and say, oh, I'm suffering for this. And then he has to be like, oh, well, I am too.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, that's a good point. You have to make him feel good about something. Like, wow, how you overcame gout was really. I mean, gout's a bad one because you'll get banned for that no matter what. But if you say something like that, like eczema, I was fighting eczema too. How'd you get over it, Philip, or something like that, and then you might have a chance. Yeah. But I like to show interesting things we find on WPIG. So before we get to the next message, I did find an interesting one. Show. This is from we were watching all the sagas of Philip's. Fans that left, basically, and this was from the where is it?
Oh yeah, that was interesting. I was watching that.
So fuck, where'd I fucking put it?
It's interesting seeing a lot of people being reintroduced to a lot of the more just absolutely toxic moments, like the Ninstar rune, the War Dog leader. Like these kind of things that by themselves would turn people into detractors, but you have it back to back like that. You're like, holy shit. I think someone said like, yeah, this guy deserves every bad thing that's ever happened to him. And it's like, yeah, it's finally someone else gets it.
That one combo of, was it Third Eye the Third? Yeah, Third Eye the Third into, no, was it Third Eye the Third? I can't remember, but Third Eye the Third into War Dog leader is rough. Because not Third Eye,
like
Third.
DJ Runo, like all of them.
It's like intense, man. Like that's very fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So
is the next one going to have a J Gamer Lee?
Yes, it will. I do have that ready. Here's nice. For anyone that doesn't know, here's how Philip treated Super Meat Boy. All right.
All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed.
Here we go. So you tell me how you think about this one. You tell me. What context is necessary? And if you want the context, I have that too. The context of that is the chat logs here. So, no doubt about it, Super Meat Boy probably should not be acting the way he was acting on a stream. That's it. But this is the chat log he said. I'm depressed. No one cares. Not even Phil. Not even Phil can help. I'm not shelling out hundreds like Swaggins. I'm nobody. I'm just some money machine to Phil. Phil will probably say I'm a troll or a detractor. I'm going to try to say I'm having a good time. The bottom comment here is, if we question if War Dog Leader's lost his brother is real or not, how do we know if Phil's depression is real? All right, that's his comments. And I know he said some previous comments about, he did say some like gay slurs in chat when no one was there at all, by the way. So no one is in chat. He's saying gay slurs. He has issues. There's no doubt about that. But this is all the messages. So how does Phil handle these messages, all right? Like a normal person or like DSP? What do you think? This is 1 minute. Play, please.
All he's been doing is sitting there all night complaining that he's depressed and no one cares, and everyone's basically ignoring him because you're like, dude, we just don't care. You know, you come in, the first thing you say is you're depressed, and what are we?
Everyone was sticking up for this person, by the way.
Supposed to say to that. Now he expects that I'm going to derail the whole stream to talk to him live. So let's do it. Super Meat Boy, how you doing? You're really depressed tonight, huh? You're really depressed. Gotta derail my whole stream and be negative in the stream chat because no one's paying you attention. So now I'm paying you attention, all right? So here we go. How you doing?
This person wrote in chat. He wasn't looking for attention. He said a message in chat like everyone fucking else does. But yes, he's seeking attention, I guess.
Now you're getting the
Let's put him
attention
on the
you
spot
want.
like
So let's
that.
talk. What do you want to talk about? Here we go. Super Meat Boy. Here we go. What's up? What's going on? Now he's not talking. Now he's silent. I give him his time to shine. Everyone's ignoring him, and he wants attention.
I
I'm
don't know,
giving
Phil.
him the
Maybe
attention
it's
he's
because he has
craved, and now I hear
depression.
Maybe he might be depressed.
no response. What do you want to talk about? What's going on? Crickets.
So yes, I realize that this person could be doing a troll or whatever, but like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to be an asshole. You don't have to choose to be an asshole, right? Someone,
Yeah,
like,
and
you know,
he invites that kind of discussion by being like, well, talking about his depression, like, oh, well, that wasn't my fault, that was my depression. After
Yeah.
the State of Decay 2 shit, to try and excuse that, being like, well, I was in a bad place, I didn't mean everything I said, and then later he just admitted that he did mean it.
it's so easy to
But when
say
you
that.
talk like that, yeah.
It's so easy to say, oh man, that sucks. I hope you turn it around and you're done with it.
Yeah.
But he chose to be an asshole. So that's the part that's something.
Yeah,
real
it's
quick,
tough, but
yeah.
it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to be
No,
like,
it doesn't.
Hey, like I get people like that in my chat and just be like, well, things are going to get better if you just keep at it. And a lot of people deal with that kind of stuff. Like people with thousands of viewers, they get people who tip them being like, hey man, I'm going through a rough time. And
Yep.
you know, you don't have to think too hard, but you just have to try a little bit.
That's the hard part. So next, we also covered Sidella, and Sidella's a little different. Don't want to get into it here. But Sidella said this: why have I been banned when Vincent, who told me to go die of cancer and AIDS, of course we have the screenshots, and called for my ban, is still an active member in your community? Philip's response to this: because you harassed him first, asshole.
That was a fun saga, actually. There's something especially ridiculous about like a crippled guy who can barely walk just being super duper extremely racist. I don't know what it is.
It's a weird combo, kind of. I know what you're saying, but so if it's okay if you tell someone to, just to be clear here, if you say go die of cancer and AIDS, that's cool if the other person starts it first. So remember that, guys. Next time you're in Philip's chat, that's totally cool if someone else starts it first. Got it? Makes sense?
I think one of his messages was telling someone to go eat a black banana. Like,
Yes, correct.
It doesn't even make sense.
And Philip's response, oh my God, wait, yeah, we're totally derailed. I don't care. Philip told him to not say, okay, wait, I'll show you. I don't. He told, what was his advice to this person? You know, what was his advice? What do you think a good advice would be, right? Well, I'm going to show you. Yes, it is. So here. All I can see, he said, Philip's talk to Sidella, right, is, if that's really you probably shouldn't have said that publicly. I'm just going to say this now. They're going to try and bait you into saying things you can twist as racist. So don't say anything about monkeys or black people or anything like that. If you know what's best for you. Great advice, Philip. Don't. This is real. I promise you this is real.
Hey, someone in chat saying Super Blind Man was probably racist too. Don't you know he can't see color?
Yes.
He doesn't see color.
Come on. Amazing. Don't.
Honk, honk.
So if you're racist, guys, just don't say anything about monkeys or black people and you're good. Cool? Sound good? All right, message time, finally. Finally. I dicked around too long. Messages now. Come on! This is a legend. Phil, this is his name. I'm not saying this. Phil Smokes Crack. That's the username. I didn't make it up. Come on.
So for a long time, the go-to LARPer playthrough to say, hey, Phil, I've been a fan of since the blank days, was Heavy Rain. But I feel like that's now been used so much that even Phil has to be catching on to that. So my question is, what is the best playthrough to say if you're a LARPer that actually Phil will think of it and be like, oh man, this is a true fan? And what is the worst playthrough to say that Phil will look at it and immediately ban you? Big ups.
I don't know, YouTuber's Life.
Yeah,
The one
that's
with PewDiePie in it. Being a bit of fan since watching you play YouTuber's Life. The way PewDiePie told you how to be a YouTuber. Really hooked me.
I think the worst one now is probably Heavy Rain. I think that is the worst one now, because I think he does know it now. Dead Space 2 demo, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Nice.
I think he would know right away if he did that one.
Or a Jackbox Party Pack, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, Scorn's a good one. I especially like the finale, that kind of thing. That'd be a good one. Scarface. That's a good question, though. What's the best game to use, if you want to say that? Danganronpa?
Advanced Bug Snacks.
World of Warcraft online, not offline. When you actually played World of Warcraft, that was hype. PS Home, another one he was trolled very heavily
that was
on.
so funny. They were like following him around, like beating him with snowballs.
Yep. Oh god, it's classic.
The way they just made like a zone of death around him, so he couldn't kill any mobs and level up. That was so funny.
And it's like it's so fast because he had some great idea of how to get around this. He was saying like he'll hide the realm or whatever.
Is it a Halloween decoration? It's Steve's music.
Hold on. We got someone joining us now. Get him in here. Hang on. He's right on time. And I fucking forgot. We had a great idea to get some theme music going, but I didn't do it yet. But don't worry, I will do it at some point.
It's in my head.
He's here, Steve of the Dead. Hello, sir.
It'd be fucking sick if I had theme music.
I'll do it. I promise. I'll get to work on it.
Oh no,
AI can do it.
Your King of the Ring submission will get blocked worldwide.
I know, fucking Dave Mustaine.
Taken down, yeah.
Thanks, Dave. Asshole, Dave Mustaine. All right, let's get right into it. Since you're here, Steve, I want to play something for you that you said we all should watch. You did say in your Twitter, so I want to listen to your Twitter.
I did, yeah.
Here we go. So Philip's going to tell us about being an adult here. And we have Steve here for his takes on this. So first up, DSP on how hard adult life is versus being a kid. Let's hear this. It's going to be very robust. I don't need to hear you. On.
Goldfish says, I think you're used to time passing when you're older. When you're 5 years old, a year is a fifth of your life. When you're 40 years old, a year is a 40th of your life. That is true, but at the same time, Goldfish, here's another thing that's an astute observation I've made.
Oh,
very astute.
That's a very good point.
You know what? I was right on this one.
You're young. Right? You have a lot of time. It's not like, oh, you're a kid, you wake up, you immediately got to do this, then you're doing 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 this, and you do this, time for bed. It's not like that when you're young.
It was easy.
When you're young, it's usually like you get up, you go to school, you come home from school, you do your homework. Okay, now what do you do? Well, I got a bunch of free time. What do I do now?
I'm just going to make this clear. Maybe this is just me. But when I was a kid, there's never a chance, never a time when I can't fill the time. There's always something I want to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
And usually that involves friends, but sometimes it doesn't. You still can figure out what the fuck you're doing. I never was like, oh, man, what am I going to be doing here? What? I don't think that's a normal human thought, is it?
No. A lot of JRPGs.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even not games, even just like going out with your mates and playing like football or baseball or whatever, like cricket, you know, it's like things that you would fill your life with as a child when you're supposed to be learning and curious and like always eger to learn more things and do more things.
Yeah. This was amazing to me. There was never a time when you thought about what should I be doing now? Well, I don't know. I would read magazines 10 times, and I was fine with it. I remember I had one Metallica magazine. I would read the shit out of that 10 times.
Oh, nice.
Go ahead.
I had a pretty big backyard, and I had like a Labrador. Like, this is the guy who grew up without a dog, clearly.
Hey, well, yeah.
Did you have woodland critters, though?
Oh. Oh, God. Is this the part where he says... Okay, I think it is, actually. I think it is. I think it is.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Right?
Okay, yeah, listen to this. Amazing.
Or it's a weekend. You're not at school. What do? You got the whole day to do whatever you want. Right?
Yeah.
But what's the problem when you're a kid?
There are no problems when you're a kid. I think most of us wish we could be kids again in terms of time.
Yes, no money.
When you have like no responsibilities at all that period of your life.
Yeah. Oh, that fucking sucked. Let me tell you. Not having to pay bills, not having to work. Oh man, that sucked.
The means to do what you want to do. Oh, I want to go over a friend's house. Well, there's no way to get over there right now. You don't have a car, and your parents aren't available to drive you over there, and maybe your friend's busy or doing something. Oh, I want to go to the
wait,
your bike.
Yeah, we can't. Don't bring up the bike. Come on. That's a source. That's a soft spot.
I can't get there. There's no means. What if I want to play a video game, but you don't have any money to buy one?
right? So what ends up
Then
happening
play
is
the ones you've got.
I know.
Presumably, if
Dude.
you've got, if you've got a SNES or whatever, you'll have a couple of games for it. Play them.
And you don't give a shit about how good those games are either. You play the fuck out of them. You don't know what's going on. I had that Dick Tracy Nintendo Entertainment System, the Dick Tracy game. You don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't give a fuck though. I'm playing it. you know?
I had Harley's Humongous Adventure Home Alone 2 on the SNES. That was fucking terrible.
I got all the dog tags in MGS2. It's a shame they didn't have trophies back then. I have no way to prove it.
Oh, damn, nice.
all this time, but no means to do what you want to do. So what happens? Boredom. And boredom makes
never had
time
that.
pass incredibly slowly.
Amazing.
So when you're a kid, you're bored a lot, and because of that, time barely passes.
Oh.
When you become an adult, all of a sudden, every moment of every day is already pre-planned and assigned to something because your life is so
Here we
busy,
go.
right? Like for me,
Here we go, lads.
For most humans, yes. Not for you, though.
woke up today, I immediately had to get up, use the bathroom, shave.
To sit there on the toilet and let my fecal and urinary sphincters relax so that the passage of waste from my body could commence. Do you have any idea how much work that is?
Open the bathroom door. Sit down. Take my pants off.
Take your pants off.
Hey, shower, have breakfast with my wife, feed Jasper Kitty, get
Jasper Kitty is always funny. Jasper Kitty.
the food out in the backyard.
Wait. Oh, I don't want to miss this. Go ahead,
You
Steve.
need to
I'll go
backspace a
back.
bit, but like you've got cats, haven't you? Like how
Yeah,
long
yeah.
does it take to feed them?
5 seconds maximum.
Yeah, it's really quick. Put the food in the bowl on the floor. There you go. It's fine.
Like it's some Herculean task. He's making gourmet meals for Jasper Kitty. You know what he's getting. He won't buy blood work, but he's buying that shit from the half. It's 99% corn. I'm sure of that. All right, but go ahead, Ludwig.
I think
Sorry.
he does, dude. Is like the plastic, like wet food treat thing, and like empties it out in the bowl. That's probably why Jasper isn't in the best of health, because you're not really supposed to have that many treats very often.
Living off dreamies, like
endless treats,
I immediately had to get up, use the bathroom, shave, shower, have breakfast with my wife, feed Jasper Kitty, get the food out in the backyard for all the animals that are out there.
Yes, I'm sure your neighbors love that. Feed
Let me
the
tell you
vermin.
something. This is insane. This is an insane statement. He's acting like it's a zoo or something, and you got to feed the animals. It's not a zoo,
It's
sir.
like he's on a farm.
Yeah.
You gotta fill up the truck.
This is your choice. What? Go ahead,
they're
Steve.
wild animals. They're pretty good at finding food. If you don't feed them, they'll just go elsewhere.
Yeah. You can miss a day with those. You can't do it with the cats you bring into your house, but come on. I mean, this is amazing to add that to your list of work part of your day, your schedule. That's like any other hobby, It's basically it's called a hobby. That's what you're doing, I guess. Feeding animals so they come around, which I'm sure they're not supposed to do. By the way, we're not allowed to do that here. And they told somebody that because the fucking drama about like areas where you live. The HOA was like some dude was feeding the fucking geese, and they were fucking coming over his house every fucking night because they're like, this dude's feeding us. Where are we going? And they had to stop him because it was nuts. It's usually against the rules. But
like in deer and stuff, like those guys could actually just mess shit up. They can they could fall in pools. They can like tear down doors and stuff. Once they know that this is where the food is, they'll get it.
Yeah.
Clean up
Like
the
for us,
downstairs.
it's just like pigeons and like hedgehogs and occasionally a fox. We don't have that much.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's not really against the rules here. You can have like bird feeders or whatever in your back garden. You'd be fine. But yeah, I never thought of that. Weird.
Bird feeders are cool here too, but not like just passing out to woodland critters. That's especially the word he uses, woodland critters. That's a little different.
Just a little bit. Coming to the office, set up the stream.
Set up the stream. Okay, so that's 2 clicks. Please count the clicks we're doing here. Turn on OBS. Double click. Okay, got that. What's next?
Get the stream going.
Get the stream going. That maybe is start streaming button. I'll say we're on 3 right now.
Stream chat. Attune everything here.
Attune.
What does
Got his tuning fork, making sure his speed is right.
Hang on a second. Okay, this will work.
Me.
Hang on, let me try this. Okay, yeah, that works good. Okay. Check the reverberation here.
Attune everything here. Approve comments. Check emails. Get the stream going. Do the
comments.
Approve comments. So that's a few clicks. We'll give him 10 there. Approve comments.
Get the stream going. Do the podcast.
Do the podcast. Okay,
This
so
bit
that
now, yeah.
okay, we'll call that actual work. Okay, I'll give him that one. That is technically what he does. Okay.
Play Elden Ring.
Play Elden Ring. Play Elden Ring.
Man.
How hard is that?
Cast. Play Elden Ring.
Only
Just
Craig
find
knew
time-
about all this.
Yeah. Why didn't you tell Craig about this? Huh? You missed an opportunity, Philip.
Take a piss
But
and shit.
You're
and
right,
sleep.
Phil. I'm sorry. That was a
Brother
busy day.
My brother replied to that and said, I can't believe he's complaining about playing Elden Ring.
Pretty tough,
fucking
dude.
idea.
Cast. Play Elden Ring. Just find the time to take a piss and shit between there at some point.
Find
Oh,
the
no.
time.
Check the next boss tactics to do.
In the bathroom, let's do a few pulls.
Message a whale.
Usually you do those things whenever you need to. It's not really something that counts on your schedule, actually. But all right, we'll go with that.
Go downstairs, have dinner with my wife, clean up after dinner.
Is that a positive or a negative?
Throw
It's
away
not-
the paper plate.
Stuff the plates down the garbage disposal.
With my wife, clean up after dinner. Maybe relax for 30 minutes. Get back to the late stream. Set up the stream.
Yeah, no, he's not paused. He's,
That was 30
he's thinking
minutes,
of the
that.
next one. Yeah, he's thinking of the next thing.
Put in the stream chat. Get the stream going. Play Stardew Valley. Interact with everyone. Oh,
Interact with everyone. That is pretty tough.
Play Stardew Valley. It's really stressful.
Interact with people.
end the stream. Upload the videos. Set up the
Yeah, you
schedule
could go
for the next
really
day.
meta. Talk about all the things you do in Stardew Valley. Water the plants.
Yeah, that'd be hype. Go fishing. Go to the community center. Read the bundles. Talk to Abigail.
Hey, go downstairs. Make the list.
Hey.
Hey, I would too, but I'm a penny. I'm a penny man myself. I prefer a penny. Easy. I prefer a penny. Easy on the eyes. All right.
Oh, end the stream.
Second half here. We're not even done, boys. So here's the second half.
Oh, end the
Thanks,
stream.
Abigail.
Upload the videos. Set up the schedule for the next day. Go downstairs. Make the list for tomorrow's shopping. Do this.
Make the list for tomorrow's shopping.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my life. Like, boom, 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 boom. And when everything is
Least busy life of all time. Least busy life possible. Incredible.
full, when you have so many things you need to
So many things to do. If you have to add pissing and shitting into your list of things to do, you don't have that much things on your to-do list. If you're padding it out with pissing, come on, man.
LARPing overdrive.
do, time just zoop passes by in like so fast. You don't have a time to just like sit here and relax. Like literally right now, watch this. Here's something I almost never do.
Bathe.
Shut up. Not complain.
Just sitting here,
Put down the
reading
phone.
comics,
Not look at your phone. Yeah.
family, relaxing. I don't have 100 topics to talk
Wow.
about immediately. I'm not rushing into the game. I'm not rushing to answer every single one of your tagged comments.
Rushing to answer comments.
Comments.
Right? And now,
Mhm.
time is actually
Your
passing more
comments are a
slowly.
stress to me.
Yes.
It is.
What are you
I can feel it.
talking
It
about,
feels like
Phil?
things
Dude,
are more
dude.
relaxed, calm.
Okay,
Right?
Phil, you need
But
some
how
medication,
often do
buddy.
those get to
I know. This is where we're at here, dude. Come on.
do that?
Go ahead, Steve.
Dude, I'm
is
like,
so-
like right back at the side scrollers interview when they were like, "Look, isn't that a you problem?" Like, once they look like Phil and he does his thing, and they're like, "Dude, that's like a real problem." You
Yeah.
not see how that's unhealthy? We're right.
Do you
back
feel like your
there.
chat keeps you on this hamster wheel and is like, what do you mean? They like
Yeah.
give me money?
Yeah, the hamsters are already dead. I put them in the garbage disposal.
Right? You're so busy. You have to cram in a million things today.
Yeah,
So
but Phil, you set your own schedule. You don't have like a boss or a shift. You do like you pick when you do those things. So if you can't find that like half hour to just relax, then that's a you problem. You need to look at your schedule and change things. Just maddening.
I think he's the kind of person that, he always needs, he talks about instant gratification, but he's the ultimate needer of instant gratification, So, I bet he never puts down that fucking phone. And we saw that one case of it. When the stream was over, it is instantaneous. I know that's something I work on too, is like, you don't go right to your phone. You know what I'm saying? You can check out for a while. And sometimes it takes work to do that. But he's like that constantly. Just any instant he has time, what are we doing? Pick up that phone, plug it in,
Yeah, and he justifies it as like his news segment. He's like doom scrolling Twitter looking for any news story he can turn into like a 15-minute segment based off just the headline.
That's all he'll read, by the way. Headline. So apparently, I don't know what's going on, but apparently,
apparently,
and so time, boom, 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 flying by. But if something bad happens, right? If you're being tortured by something, if you're being bothered by something, then it's like you just want that moment to pass as fast as possible. But because you're in that moment of pain or suffering or annoyance or whatever it is, it feels longer, and that's when time passes slower again.
I disagree with that. Well, I do disagree with that. When you're being tortured, time goes slower. I don't know. Take a sip for that busy day.
I guess his back pain went away because he doesn't have any pain to deal with.
Last thing here. So Stardew looked like it might be a slower style stream. But what do you do when a stream might be slow? You know what we do here.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna point right now. Today, behind the scenes, things are pretty.
Oh no!
A little chaotic. A lot of issues have been going on behind the scenes with me and my family, and because of that, it's affecting things. And schedules off.
You know what that means, boys?
Timing's off on certain things. My wife and I wanted to do that co-op for you guys months ago, and it just never worked out because things kept changing.
I'm not sure about
schedule
that.
and health, and all kinds of stuff. And
wait, he said health?
Things kept changing with schedule and health and all kinds of stuff. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you every detail of my life because you don't.
I'll tell you just enough so you can feel bad for me, though. That's what I'm going to do.
You need to know that stuff, nor is it really anyone's business.
Just know it's very tough right now, and your tips would help.
Anything specific is nobody else's business, because then you could pull me on it later. So if you ask me for details, I'm not going to give them you, but I'll be vague.
Please tip.
I'll tell you some
0% your business, 100% your responsibility.
Yes, that's the tagline.
Realities and stuff. It's been chaotic behind the scenes, very stressful in certain ways, and that's life. It happens.
I love how he's saying his life is so stressful as we're fishing in Stardew Valley. Like the least.
Earning $100,000 a year to play video games.
Like in that there's the one legendary one where he's fishing in Minecraft, talking about how like games are time wasters or something. I can't remember what he said. It's so funny. It's like games are just time wasters now. Mobile games are just wasting time. Fishing in Minecraft with just clicking buttons.
We're in a situation right now where things are a little bit I don't know what happened there. It jumped by itself. Things are a little chaotic, and so I don't really particularly know exactly what my schedule might even be for the next few weeks. My schedule may actually be like adjusting for the next few weeks on and off. I'll let you guys know when I know if anything changes.
So what's our theory on that? Schedule could change back and forth, which means it could change from Wednesday and Thursday. Now the Occam's razor, not Occam's razor, but the original razor would be that Kat's schedule is changing. It could mean she got a new job. It could mean a lot of different stuff. But it could also mean there's a little bit more deeper there. Divorce coin holders are hoping it's a little more to that. But it's interesting. Something is changing behind the scenes, guys. Need your help. What's your thoughts, Steve, on this?
It's chaotic. It's chaotic as well. I mean, obviously, as an unreliable narrator, you cannot really take his word at face value. But he does definitely want you to believe that things are, shit's hectic behind the scenes here. I need you to know that in my personal life, things are, there's an upheaval going on. Things are changing, and there's like a stress. So,
Steve, we lost Steve. You're back. Lost second half an hour. Talk. Hello.
It's a microphone. Sounds
Steve,
like a microphone disconnected.
I know. Hold on. Let me get you back here. There you go. You're back.
Cool.
Okay.
I don't believe him.
Okay.
I think he's just over-exaggerating. There we go.
There we go. All right, let's get a few messages here. We're already an hour in and having too much fun here. No messages. Message time. Come on. Human. Petchy, go.
Hello there. It's your human style eat a lunch meat sandwich style human. Petchy here.
Okay.
and I want you to perform a little task for me.
Okay.
Nothing amazing, but I want you to lay out your average day-to-day tasks in a similar manner to Phil, mainly because he's been annoying me. You know, how he has to get up and eat breakfast and feed the woodland critters. I thought there a problem. Why are you feeding them? There are ants in your garage. They're eating everything.
Good point. Good
Why
point.
are you doing...
That doesn't help the ants problem, does it?
You missed yourself, you insolent fool.
Daily day schedule. Okay, well, first I got to open my eyes. Left eye open. Right eye open. Move the blanket. How many blankets do I have to move? One? No. Two. I do 2 blankets. I double blankets that style. You take the blankets off. Then you got to move your whole body.
Twice as much effort. Twice as much effort as everything else we want.
Then you got to move your whole body, get your legs over the bed, and stand up. That's 10 minutes. Now I got to find time to piss and shit. When's that? Then you got to brush your teeth. You think it's easy to brush your teeth? Open up the toothpaste. Push it. Sometimes there's a little hard stuff there. You got to push it kind of harder. That's fucking annoying. You know that. Anyways. I don't
gotta wake up. Gotta check whether or not I'm hungry. Yep, I'm hungry. Okay, gotta get up. Gotta open the fridge. Gotta pull out the gallon of milk. Gotta smell the milk, see if it's okay. Gotta pour it into the protein shake bottle. I gotta make sure. I gotta look at it. Gotta make sure it only goes up to 8 ounces. If it goes over 8 ounces, pour the whole thing out. Empty it out. Try again.
Amazing. Anyways, good question though. But that's the joke. Mario Faker has a Steve's Take question. Let's go, Mario Faker. Let's see if this is it.
Hey guys, it's Mario Faker again. And we've known for a long time that Kat watches other streamers. The question is, does she find them meaningful? Does she have a cool, chill time? If so, she should be supporting them, right? Correct?
No.
I mean, we also know that she's been hypnotized by Phil over the years, so she has to be supporting them, right? With, super chats, super stickers, and, tips.
Super thanks.
And, this brings up another question. We know how Phil spends his money.
Yes.
The YouTube check goes to bills and DoorDash, while all the tips go straight to Scopely.
Correct.
Now, if Kat really does have a part-time job, where is her money being spent? Why isn't that money going towards a vacation or a honeymoon or something? I mean, surely the money she's making isn't insignificant. Where is that load going?
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Where's that payload going? Well, I think if she's only working 3 days a week, as some theorize, that's not that much money. That could be her money. I believe finances are totally separate, though. Totally separate.
I hope they are. Yeah.
I do too. I bet that's what she uses to buy her games, to do what she does. That's not that much. 3 days of part-time job is not that much money, so that goes quick. And that's what I'm guessing. I don't think the finances are not connected. Phil has to keep them very separate, because not that she would care, I'm not saying she has the drive to look into their finances, but if she ever knew about what the money is really going to, it would be bad for Philip. So I'm sure he makes sure the finances are separate. But
she's getting a whole lot of makeup.
That could be. You have the midnight black. You have the twilight black. You have the coal black. A lot of different colors you need for mascara, beautiful mascara. But I don't know. Who knows?
And stylish skirts don't come cheap,
Exactly.
Can you imagine if they're sitting together watching a stream and Kat is like, I want to contribute to the streamer, and DSP is just sitting there like just sweating like, oh, no, that could be for me.
Yeah, honey, you can still contribute to my streams, even though we are married. I would appreciate that. Thank you. All right, next up, funny name, so you win. Backpack thief style individual. Okay.
So, years ago, back when Project L was first announced, and it was going to be free, Phil said he wasn't going to play it because of all the awful stuff that Riot had done in the workplace culture going on in there.
Yes, he did.
And back then, I was relatively new to all the detracting and stuff going on, so I actually believed him, gave him that small, tiny, insignificant amount of respect. Now, I still thought he was a piece of crap, but hey, at least he has some moral high ground. But now, knowing what I know about him and his hatred of the Cannon brothers, I come to realize that the only reason he didn't want to play Project L is because one of the Cannon brothers was working on it. I think
Correct.
it's Tony. I'm not sure. They are legit identical. Sorry.
Yes, they are. The twin brothers.
But has there ever been a time where you actually gave Phil the benefit of the doubt only to realize that you were wrong too?
I think I'm guessing the three of us probably never have because we know better. But what do you have you ever?
I'm struggling to recall any moment where I might have done.
Yeah. I don't think. What about you, Ludwig?
Nah, I need a minute.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Like he always chooses the wrong. There's such a history of choosing the worst choice ever. So kind of tough.
I think it's because it always comes across as like performative rather than genuine. Like,
yeah,
like with like say the Pride slide, and you think, wow, he's standing up for like LGBTQ things, but then you hear him talk about it, or if the issue ever comes up in chat, he's like immediately on it. So it's like a performative thing rather than like a genuine thing. So you can't really give like that modicum of respect because it's not like a genuine action that deserves respect. I'm really struggling.
Correct.
I don't think there is.
Or if he's played a game that you haven't played, you just sort of have to take him at his word on some things, and then you finally play it, and you're like, this is nothing like how he described it.
So
yeah,
it's not. You thought for a second, like I was thinking, like okay, like when's he taking care of someone? But, like you can't even think of that because the only time he's ever taken care of someone, he treats them like shit. When they're sick, we know.
Even that recently with Super Blind Man's death, he didn't do like a. There was a comment left under the video from somebody that knew Super Blind Man and wanted to help like further his work in accessibility, and Phil responded to that by saying thanks for sharing, and like didn't say hey I could help you with this or like do a thanks and super thanks from this video go to their family or something. There was like an option there to do something that would like give him at least a modicum of respect from other people, and he didn't.
No.
So he's not even willing to try it.
He just dropped the video link. That's my thanks, bitch. Yeah. Check out my video, bitch. That's my thoughts. Leave a super thanks while you're at it, bitches.
Yeah, I nearly cried during that.
Yeah, I almost had tears. Come on. And just like, okay, even like, let's say the moment of human, you might think Phil is a human for a second. Like when he cried about the tea figurines. Say that. Previous videos, he treated those figures like they were nothing. He'd go to the tours. So there was not one moment when you could think like, yeah, maybe he is feeling some real emotion here. You never can. You never can. So Mario Faker says, I believe that Vinny's pizza is good. Yes, I'll go with that. Yes, I believe his food takes on Vinny's. But that's it.
I don't know. You go to Connecticut, try some Vinny's, and you're like, this is shit. What is he talking about?
That would be funny. We got to get a real review, a detractor review of Vinny's. All right, anyways. Logan, come on, Logan. Hit us with it. Go.
Hey guys, Logan K here. My favorite nemesis or foil to DSP will always be a character called Steve Jones. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar with who Steve Jones is, Steve Jones is someone who allegedly pretended to be Ubisoft when DSP was playing Splinter Cell Conviction and issued a bunch of copyright claims that ultimately got the original Darkside Phil channel suspended and demonetized. And it is as a result of Steve Jones's actions that we have the DSP gaming channel that we see now. Because once DSP could no longer post or monetize anything on the original Darkside Phil channel, he very quickly opened DSP Gaming and pivoted to that. So in my mind, Steve Jones will always be a legend. Big ups. Thanks, guys. Bye.
That's a
good
one.
Pool there. I was thinking earlier, I was trying to think about the biggest ops of all time, and that has to be up there. To my mind, that's that one. Be Awesome one with the fan art that caused him to delete all those videos.
Yeah.
And well, there was. I think those are the top.
Whoever did the Slim Shady, the Slim Dark
Slim Shady
thing,
one, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Jackie Chan was the one too that was part of that takedown. But big up, Steve Jones, big foil. That was the question of the day, by the way. What is your favorite nemesis or rival to Philip? And Ludwig, what about you? What if I had asked you that question? Biggest foil or nemesis to Philip?
The secondary one that caller reminded me of was the EA guy who showed up during Garden Warfare and was gifting EA like Game Pass memberships. And DSP, like, he forgot to like cancel it after the first month, so they ended up charging him. And he's like, oh, they fucking got me. It's like a bait and switch. So that was
similar to
my
that.
number one answer
has got to be
a longtime patron of mine, Rufomonger, in honor of the Street Fighter topic. A guy who puts out a lot of tech videos. If you don't know, he's the kind of guy who gets Street Fighter early, he gets DLC characters early, and he puts out tech videos, how to play them, how to do his moves, how to beat these people also. Right. And I think when that whole what was it? The tournament organizer guy, whenever his scandal happened,
Mr. Wizard,
he was just like, oh, no, not that one. The guy who's like, oh, I can't tell you like the specifics of it. I have to go.
Arturo,
I have to
Arturo.
go be with my family. Yeah, Arturo.
Yeah.
And Rufomonger on Twitter was like, well, this is like the DSP defense. I think DSP saw that.
Yeah. Classic.
I think he saw that as like a betrayal because he was watching Rufomonger's videos in order to learn Street Fighter, and he's the guy who was watching who was like, oh, I know who DSP is, and I know that the DSP defense is just to like hide behind your family and say, oh, like I can't answer your questions, I got, and it just makes him look really, really guilty. And the next day on the pre-stream, he was blowing up. He was really angry. He was really fuming. He wouldn't name Rufomonger, but I think everyone knew the tweet that he was referring to.
Yeah, that was
talking
amazing.
about DSP defense.
Yeah, I do remember that DSP defense bit. Yeah.
There's a word called DSP defense, and by the way, that defense is saying it's not true. That's the defense. Debunk.
Oh, I can't tell you. It'll put my family in danger.
Yeah.
How? I can't tell you.
How exactly? Okay. My choice though would be it's for. I have kind of two choices. So my first choice is not a huge one or anything, but Alpha Omega Sin. My favorite thing is Alpha Omega Sin had one sentence about DSP.
Yeah.
One sentence. He said, "Do I rage quit like DSP? No, I don't do that." And that was the end of it. The beginning and end of it. Philip had an hours-long rants about Alpha Omega Sid, trying to get him going. Alpha Omega Sid did respond on Twitter a little bit, but always owning him in every response, as you might expect. Philip can't handle it. Does not know how to banter at all. So that was
Phil took that one so personal. It's like, you're endangering my business, basically, with what he was saying.
Yeah. You're trying to take down my business. That's not how it works. It was amazing. And my second one is BMW dealership in Connecticut. Just want to remind everyone, he walked in to cancel his lease. He walked out with a brand new lease, even though he was going to move cross-country days after that. So... big ups, BMW Connecticut. You guys know your stuff. You see a mark. When you see a mark, you know it, and you take full advantage, and I fully support that. BMW of Connecticut. Steve, what would be your... I know I didn't tell you about the question, but do you have anything there?
Yeah, okay, I've got two then. The first one is the driver that put his DoorDash delivery on the wrong porch, because that gave us all the mental image of Phil in his pajamas, wandering around, phone light on, trying to find the porch.
Trying to track himself by the satellite.
GPS on.
I took a picture.
And I believe that's the same driver that when Phil was messaging him, tried to call him, and Phil got mad that he wasn't messaging. But my favorite, my second is the person who on Twitter, I can't remember his name, but he was the one who had his own like indoor arcade. He had a couple of arcade tabs, and he had Street Fighter on, and he just owned Phil, completely wrecked him with just that one picture, and we got a meltdown over it. And again, he didn't quite say, but everyone knew why. So
Oh, if you want, I could put Street Fighter on this, and you can relive your glory days.
Yeah,
that one. Yeah,
amazing response. Just because Phil about to be a douchebag, killing someone's fun, it's amazing. I don't give a shit about this. Okay,
but that was the one that gave us Phil going, well, I've got a podcast.
Nice. And I think that was right before the first time I showed up on this show.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. That was the name of the show. We have a podcast.
Yes. Get because being a douchebag saying it's amazing, I don't give a shit about this. Okay, so ruin that. Just be such a douchebag thing to do, as usual. That's why we don't give him the benefit of the doubt. Next up, let's get Simpin' for Chew here. Simpin' for Chew. Let's go.
Hey, that being said, this is Simpin' for Chew. Big ups. Love the podcast. Love the content. Love you guys. Big supporter. Been listening to you for the past couple of years now.
Big ups, man.
I had a question, but before I get into that, I just wanted to ask, I don't get the Tyrone meme. Like, I get Tyrone.
Oh, no.
But, like, let's be honest. We're talking about Kat. Have you guys seen
I can't tell if this is a joke or not.
her? She's built like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. She's got raccoon eyes makeup.
Easy.
She's got the haircut of like a little Swiss boy from The Sound of Music.
Easy.
And then it's dyed emo black, which doesn't look good on her. Like, I don't even know if Tyrone would want to hit that. I can see Panda Lee. I can even see Skinny Cat. But 2024 Cat? Really? I don't know. But that leads me into my question. WPIG had a stream, I think, last week where ALT pulled up a video and it was about like what Phil thought, what he liked about Kat the most or whatever. And the very first thing he mentioned was her attractiveness. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not weird that a guy's attracted to his girl. I think that's a normal thing. But it was the first thing he mentioned, which kind of stood out. So being that Kat has changed so drastically, that's my question. Do you guys still think Phil is attracted to Kat? Thanks. Again, love the podcast, guys.
Oh. Okay, well, this is my first statement is I don't think he ever was. I don't think he ever... I don't know... I think he thought, let's go into the mindset of Philip. You just lost Leanna, and you need a backup fast, right? You are on speed run. Find another person. She was fine enough. You know what I mean? I think that was the thinking there because
she
that's
was
how
the
it
first.
worked. Yeah,
hooks into and then drag back.
Yeah, so she was good enough in terms of him to not, be ashamed of the woman he was with, I guess. But it was lightning fast. I mean, it's incredibly fast. We broke up. Twit longer with Leanna. It happened, and I believe, if my memory is correct,
May, wasn't it?
It's the next day he messages Kat about OBS, and I'm gonna check it right now. I believe it's the next fucking day.
I do think so too.
Yeah, so I mean that's how fast he was on it, right? He was on it quick. So
that's common with narcissists to move that quickly because you're trying to secure another supply of whatever it is you need. So, like literally anyone could have been that person tweeting about OBS, and it just happened to be Kat. So
yeah, and he again was not following her, but Kat did retweet DSP twice that year, and I believe that's the only link they had. Like maybe did he keep a list of that? We'll never know. That's one question. If we ever get an exit interview with Philip, I would ask that question.
Okay, so what about like during the weekend during the escort saga when he flew her out? Was there not at least like some attraction there at that point? Because presumably he flew her out for a dirty weekend and then, she flew back in the movie.
What's a dirty weekend? You mean just being at Snortfort or sexual? Because I don't know if that happened.
By most people's standards. Some sexual
I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking about this. It's a tough question.
I assume in the beginning there must have been.
There must have been something, yeah. But, I mean, what do you think? If your partner gets larger, that's a tough thing to deal with, I would think. I mean, hopefully you're open enough to talk about it and say, like, clearly you're not as healthy as you want to be, right? You can have that kind of talk, but that's a tough thing. There are
ways to frame it, yeah. I feel like there are, he's not emotionally mature enough to be able to frame it in those ways. So,
oh God, no, yeah, he would just say nothing. Yeah, he would say nothing and just do. I mean, he just has no tools for that kind of thing. No tools, zero tools to talk to someone about that thing. I don't know what I would. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't know how to handle that. I would definitely. Yeah. It's tough. I don't know. What would you do if your wife all of a sudden gets to be larger? All right, that's not that kind of stream. We're thinking too deep here. Yeah. I'm thinking.
I don't know a whole lot about like abuser coping mechanisms, but doesn't it seem like she's like trying to make herself unattractive to him and just like keep his hands off of her? I don't know.
Oh, you think it could be that kind of thing? Like, I don't care about being attractive anymore because I don't like who I'm with. I don't get anything about feeling wanted for my partner, so I don't give a shit what I look like. Something there.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but then again, it's like surely that's like a larger impact on you than being like going and finding someone else, then leaving the partner that you don't like, and
like there could be trying to get, as
maybe like staying with like no rent, instant takeaway whenever you want is preferable to
anything.
Having to work, and
and not I know too much about her condition and stuff, but Jen is to believe, a lot of autistic people don't care about sexual stuff, just not a part of their life they even want to think about or they even care about. That could be too. The once and future Ka-Ching of the Ring, some call him, Lemtex, says, I don't think Phil needs dissuading. And I would agree with that. I don't think Phil needs any dissuading, though. I don't think he's even interested at all. Anyways, let's move together positively. He doesn't like skeletons, so he is trying to bury hers. Wrong machine.
Someone did say about Kat and Jenna, it's like the duality of autism. Like you have the hypersexual and you have the asexual.
Yeah, Oh, and we're not getting into Jenna right now, but she's going.
No, please.
She's going off the rails right now. Jenna is. I hope she stays not doing the things she said she doesn't want to do. That's all I'm going to say.
Hopefully, firearms are available in the country that Meerkat lives in, because he might need to get a hold of one to defend himself.
He is going insane. The diaper stuff is back and all that stuff. But anyways, let's move on positively. We got deep here for a second. Big ups to the one, the only, the ES says, Phil was a breakup away from a nice guy rampage. You think so? Big ups, ES. Joey Rivera says, do you think if Dave and Linda, knowing what they created, would do it again if given another chance, she would... Oh, so would they create their Philip if they had another chance? I mean, you'd think there'd be better... different choices made, but who knows what they think? Linda might think, she might be the kind of mother that's like, my son is perfect and there's nothing wrong with him, Some people are like that, some mothers.
Yeah. The more you see, the more you think that Linda was like a shield for Phil against what was allegedly a Marine father who would have slapped some sense into him.
You think, a Marine, been in the Marines, knows hard work, worked his way up the corporate ladder at every job he got. Had to go on unemployment.
Tried to help his boy out. Tried to take him fishing. Tried to get him a bike. Tried to teach him things. Did his best with the boy, but the boy just didn't want to listen.
Yeah, Linda's like a tower shield from Elden Ring.
A lot of people are saying, big ups, I don't appreciate that slander, Phil. Oh, because we talked about a lot of people. Yeah, he does bring you up a lot of people. Careful there. Elk, which is a woodland critter, maybe too big for Phillips, but Elk is in the house, says he really believed he was cooking here. Oh, yeah, with the schedule talk. Yeah, he thought he was going off. He thought he was really saying some good shit. Look, they're buying this, dude. They're saying how busy I am.
He speed talks, and he's like, he's just saying the same thing, but repeating it. And he thinks he's like speed talking. He thinks he's so smart in those moments. Like he's such a fast talker.
Yeah. He's doing like that, what's that, like, not rap, but it's kind of like you're saying poetry.
The Micro Machine guys, yeah.
Poetry quickly,
Like an auction. I got $1 over there, got $1 over there, $2 over there, $2 over there. I've got to go to the stream, and then I've got to do the chat, and then I've got to go and have a shit in all my time. So, give me your tips.
Give me tips, please. Spoken word, that's what I'm looking for. The Deep Fryer in the house says, I have hang-ups trusting women, but geez, Phil, this post is really extreme and just awful. Yes, Steve Fryer. I think we all, like, I'm not saying like, oh, I never had all those thoughts Philip had. I'm not going to say that. But there are some times when you're in high school, when you're just figuring out that kind of shit and you get dumped, it's like, women suck,
it's
dude.
It's first relationship shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's first relationship ending, don't know how to deal with this level of shit,
And you think the world's over.
Those are internal thoughts that you struggle with. You don't really let them out without, like, scrutinizing them just a little bit.
And I was 14, or maybe younger than that, 13 or 12. I don't even know, but I wasn't posted on the internet, thank God. And you get over it after some time, too, and you don't say your mother's one of those, too, either. I never brought my mother into it.
Yeah, God, no, yeah. You make that link.
You think think like maybe like, do all women suck? Nah, that can't be right. That doesn't sound right. I've got to be at least part of the problem.
Yeah, you get over it. You know, you're like, all right, well, it turns out I'm still horny, so I'm gonna get over this. You know, your sexual drive makes you get over it. You know. Anyways, Wesley H says Phil acts like the worst caricature of a bad teacher or principal, lording power over others. What a massive POS. Yes, he is. When he has the smallest inch of power, he will use it with a steel iron fist, and you can see it coming from a mile away. And he did it way back when he was a tournament organizer as well. Remember that, Steve?
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yep.
Do you want to tell people where
he was moderator, and he was on Alphaism Radio, and he was like, "Mickey D, and then he typed something offensive.
Yep.
Just because he had the power to do that.
Yep.
Do you want to tell people where to find that rant?
That is.
People are asking where to find it.
Oh, that's one of the Densey Scrolls, isn't it?
I'll give you the Densey Scrolls playlist. I really got to do a better job of titling them because we didn't know the sagas that were being found.
Got into, yeah.
Got to get into
That's why
that.
people were mad that they came for Justin Wong, and we ended up spending like 2 minutes watching Justin Wong.
Justin Wong was 2 minutes, and then we're watching Philip beg his dad for a grill. You know, it was wild. All right, Densey Scrolls playlist is right here. Go find it.
Nice,
watch all our 14 years of content and enjoy. All right. Big ups
full
to
context now. There you
go. Hashi, let's go, Hashi. Go.
Hey guys, Hashi here. I wanted to talk about my favorite nemesis of Phil, and that would have to be math. Not some detractor troll, but like objective math.
Yes.
Think about all the times people have done the math about how much he would have made during the best streak, or after he got kicked back to YouTube when he had, I think it was like $200 for the tips goal for a stream. And people did the math about how much he would have had to make then, or how much money he would be making off of subs or memberships, whatever. And all the times those people got like ridiculed by Phil on stream and then banned. It's obvious that Phil can't survive just a basic audit by anybody with a brain. Anyways, big ups. No Bonnie today. She didn't want to record. I know you like cats back in the day you guys had like saber-toothed tigers, right? That was like the thing.
Yep.
Anyways, big up from your cat too. See you guys.
Saber-tooth Jaspers.
Saber-tooth Jasper, no! That was amazing. That's what I wasn't sure. I didn't know it was you when you sent that one in, Ludwig. I didn't know who it was. I thought that was awesome. But Saber-tooth Jasper, no! Amazing. All right. So the nemesis is math, and I agree with that. All things that valedictorians should know, Philip has a problem with. Remember, what's faster, a bridge or a sloth? And he chose bridge. And he said, how is this math? How is this math? Amazing.
Just basic educational concepts. Like the sound from the microphone thing is still, I'm like, he was in his 40s when he discovered that the microphone didn't pick him up as loud if he was further away.
Yeah,
and that still just blows my mind.
Special.
And earlier, I think it was either today or yesterday. It wouldn't have been today, obviously. It must have been yesterday then. Someone said, like, he thinks that, the farther you throw an object, the harder it should hit. And it shouldn't hit as hard as when it's closer. And it's like, how do you know? These are things that you're taught in science. Come on. So yes, science. I'll go with science then. Not just
That's
math,
a good one too.
science.
And don't forget 3D. Let's not even get into the 3D.
The world isn't 3D.
All of a sudden the ball's coming at you and it's like, whoa, there it is, huh? That's not how the world works.
And it just hits you and there's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he's street smart, not book smart. Thank you, Innocent Orphan. He is street smart. He's very street smart. That's why he couldn't ride a bike, because he's too street smart. Actually, what I mean by not street, when he's so street smart he can't ride a bike, he was afraid of people stealing his bike. But yes. ES in the house is Cat or Jasper, who gets more treats? Not answering that. RS Nerd says, Steve, do you think DSP is a sociopath? We all know he's a narcissist, but besides tism, what's up with him? I think he has unmedicated anxiety, personally. Or what do you think, Steve, on that one?
I think he has sociopathic tendencies. There are definitely there's usually some bleed over between narcissism and sociopathy, with a couple of the traits of one appearing in cases of the other. So it's not uncommon. So you'd have a narcissistic sociopath who had narcissistic tendencies. And I think Phil's the other way around. I think he's a narcissist with sociopathic tendencies, definitely. And I do think he does deal with some level of anxiety, but obviously he's choosing to medicate it rather than deal with the underlying issues. Because I think that's where we get all the nervous, all the shaking and everything, all the random ticks and bits that you're like, why are you doing that? I think a lot of it is self-soothing because he's anxious. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think one of the most profound things I heard you say when you were doing one of your videos is that disorders are basically things that we all sort of have in some extent. It becomes a disorder when it becomes out of control. And I think DSP has a lot of disorders. And I think that's why a lot of people can see themselves in Phil, because they see I have a little bit of that, but I have it more under control. It's not to the level of a disorder.
Yeah, there's some elements of narcissism that are inherently good. I mean, having a strong ego and self-confidence, that's good. So, it is the extent to which it becomes manageable. If you keep it under control and it doesn't dominate your emotions the same way it dominates Phil's, as we see in Street Fighter, then you're all right. But yeah, we are all on a personality spectrum. So.
And the amount of touching that he does of everything, his face is unbelievable. And I never noticed this before we started doing watch him streaming so much, but holy shit, man. That's you have to notice something's up. Doing it
a lot more recently.
Yeah, it's incredible. The digging, the picking.
Yeah, the digging in the ears is just you're on camera, man.
He'll go.
And then he wipes it on his chair or wipes it on his.
Well, we all
on his pajamas.
Oh, it's all pajamas.
What are you looking for?
I know.
Gold.
Sometimes you got to pick your ear, right? I know you got to pick your ear out, but I don't go 2 knucks deep. He goes this far deep. Checks it out and okay, well, that's good. What?
Dude, you either get a Q-tip, we call them cotton buds, and just do that. Oh, you're just gonna plug your ear up because you keep pushing wax into it.
Yeah, it's weird. Gunya Business says Phil also taking tips for people to put him in a diaper. Oh, none of your business. Not sure about that. Joshua Clan says...
I don't think we're that far off, though. I mean, we're considering Lego at the moment, so maybe in another year or two.
Huge upgrades to the stream. I wear Depends now, so I hope you can enjoy this. If you are enjoying my wearing Depends now, I don't think you have to go to the bathroom anymore. Please tip. I could shit right here.
I'm taking fewer bathroom breaks. Choice sport.
I'm shitting right now. You guys don't even know it. Oh,
that clip we saw is what I don't have is a moment to relax. And you're he's pissing in that moment, isn't he?
He was pissing his Depends at that moment. Dude, we gotta edit the sound right there. I'm gonna edit it. Make the pee sound. Spaghetti Sam says, if we hit the $100 tips goal, I will weigh the diaper at the end of the stream. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. We had 2 urinations and 1 bowel movement today. Great progress.
So you owe me $40.
Yeah. Oh, that's the bounty. I had 2 pounds of fecal matter, so that means Slayer, you owe me $40. Thank you. If you're a man of your word, please pay up. I peed 3 times on stream, so that means Derek, you owe me $10 for that one. Thank you. And no, I will not send it to you afterwards. No, that's not happening, Derek. Stop asking. Anyway, okay, we'll move on. Oh God. Oh God.
How often do you go to the bathroom? Depends.
Oh.
Sorry.
Joshua Clan in the house says, love the show, guys. The guy pisses me off so much because of the dumb and manipulative shit he says. Thanks to the wide variety of detractors, you guys make him tolerable. Keep up the great work. Big ups Joshua Clan for that positive style message. Moving forward, I'm choking on the diaper fumes. Yeah. Choking on diaper fumes. Big ups to P-Wop. Let's go.
Big ups, that being said. This is P-Wop. I'm calling in because I seen today that there was a question for trying to come up with the best DSP rival and try to think of some deep cuts today. The one that came to mind first had to be whoever stole his grocery bags.
Yes.
On Thanksgiving, when he was the imagery of that story, and we don't appreciate that story enough, where he's walking around befuddled with a can of cranberry sauce in his hands, searching the store and coming back to find his grocery bag stolen. He sets it up like he's going to leave his phone in the cart and that the whole cart is going to get stolen with his phone in it, is what he sets the story up like for literally like 2 days. If you were around for that, he tweets about how something got stolen and he was robbed and all this stuff. And he makes a big deal about how he was almost going to leave his phone in the thing. And then he goes, nope, I took my phone with me because I'm not an idiot. And then I came back and my grocery bags were stolen. I felt so cucked by that. So, grocery bag thief who almost stole Phil's phone. That's my big rival.
Good one. Good pull there. Also, they were doing it for the dopamine or the adrenaline. Adrenaline rush. Yes, the adrenaline rush. The adrenaline junkies. Out there.
Crimson King were still around. He would animate that. He would animate that. He would animate the garbage disposal with the plunger, the chunk. That would be a great animation.
Yeah,
if I wasn't making a
visit to the vet would be a good one.
Oh yeah.
The party
with the chihuahuas in the room partying.
Exactly. Just the mental image that conjures up.
They're dancing. Get out of here, cat. They're dancing.
Maybe when I'm done with this Elden Ring, this is how you don't play. I'll try and replicate that animation style.
Oh, as Mr.
It's
Sam?
hard. He makes it look so easy, but it really isn't.
Fantastic Mr. Sam in the house says going to buy the lures. Yes, there's so many. We gotta get El Crimson King on retainer. How much does it cost, El Crimson King? We can make it happen. Well, how much do you want? $50K? We can get that.
Skip the payday power and everything.
Excuse me,
Max
sir.
out a couple credit cards.
Excuse me, sir. Your finest lures, please. Oh, it appears you have a slight accent. That means you might not speak English. Give me your manager, please, sir. I am DSP, 15-year content creator after all. Your shiniest lure, please, sir. That's Ann Lee's joke. That's the best. We keep stealing it because it's so good. NWO News says, do you think it would be worth tricking Phil into having an intervention to help him fix his imperfections and addictions? Now, do interventions work with narcissists, Steve? I'll ask you. Interventions are possible.
I mean,
behavior interventions. They're hard, right?
Yeah, well, it's hard because like the whole way that like interventions work in the first place is that the person for whom the intervention is being done needs to acknowledge that there's something wrong that needs fixing. They need to acknowledge that there is a problem, and I don't think Phil ever will.
Yeah, he would sooner accuse everyone in the room of having the problem than admit that he's the one with the problem.
That's your fault. Yeah, I did nothing wrong. To sum up this intervention, I did nothing wrong. Everything correct.
He would end up like that, yeah, because he just wouldn't take any sort of like, dealing with champions and you have a gambling addiction or a spending addiction or whatever, and he would think it was a problem. He would think, no, it's fine. This is how I do it. Now, you let me tell you about your life. I'll bet you're addicted to something. I'll bet you spend money on something. You've not got any collection. He would turn it back on you. So
yeah, he kind of did that with the side scrollers when they were even approaching the subject of Derek. He was like, "Oh, I'm sure there's people in your community that you want you wish you could police more."
With the selling the little black girl in slavery. Now let me ask you first. What perspective do you have on that?
No,
you said it.
No,
okay, you said it.
You forgot about my trump card. No, you. Whoa! Nerd Brew says, hey, bud, when go mad, remember, chill. Thank you so much, Nerd Brew. Nerd Brew said, hello, bud. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. When you get angry, okay, please remember and keep in your mind to relax. Okay, thank you so much, Nerd Brew. That's what Phil does.
But you've misplaced the comma here, so I can't read any of that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a detractor here. Okay, hold on. Sikorsky Vice President says, hey, LT, I know you don't do gimmicks, but can you do the cat stretch for us? Okay. I can do the cat stretch. Ludwig showed me the cat stretch. So, Ludwig, it's kind of your fault about the cat stretch. You're the first one to point this out. And I believe you do one up, and then... look at my armpit sweat here. You do one up and one this, right? Is that it?
Oh, yeah, one behind the head.
Yeah, one behind the head. So you go like this. There we go. Big ups. All right, next up we got Battery Exhausted, who says, had to miss this one, but I'm going to watch back on demand. Looks like a banger. Please ask Steve to tell people to vote. Vote for what,
yes,
Steve?
Vote tomorrow. Vote. we have a national general election tomorrow. So, yeah, we're all voting.
Okay, vote. We're not gonna no politics here, but go vote. That's the most important thing. Vote for whoever you
regardless
want.
of which political side of the spectrum you're.
Don't vote for the candidate. Vote for the party.
Yes. Vote for whatever you want. Whatever you're doing over there. I think the choices are tea, crumpets, football,
Beans on toast.
Beans on toast. Those are the options. Choose one and figure which one you like.
Lucasade, I think, is going to run away with it.
Yes.
I'm like the only candidate in my area for that.
All right. Let's go. King Jad in the house, all the way from Scotland. They can't vote in this general election, though, can
No,
they?
they're also voting.
They-
Yeah,
okay.
So, yeah, the whole of the United Kingdom, not just England. The whole.
Vote
of
for
the
King
United
Jad, please. Here we go. King Jad, please. This is his campaign.
Shout out to that being said, King Jad here, and in my opinion, Phil's eternal rival is someone who is not even an active detractor anymore, and yet Phil constantly refers to him when addressing his own downfall, his fall from grace, and who Phil claims is a fundamental reason why he has to beg day after day after day like the greedy little bitch that he is. Today, this person, while he's still around on social media and still making their own content, has not made content relating to DSP in many years, and yet Phil cannot help but refer to them, sometimes by name, and sometimes with the series that he created all those years ago, as the reason for all his failings. Phil's greatest rival is the creator of This Is How You Don't Play, Evil AJ 2010.
Here we go. That's the classic one. That's in the Mount Rushmore of rivals, right? Mount Rushmore of rivals is
soundboard.
Yeah. Tevin, Evil AJ. Do we put SOK as a whole on there, Ludwig? What do you think about that?
You got to put Be Awesome One up there.
Be Awesome One has to be there. It's like Justin Wong doesn't even count in my mind, really, because I see Godfather, like Justin Wong's there, but I think that's such a one-way street. Right?
Yeah. Just in
Chris G. What was it? The Trinity up there calling him out for being an idiot.
Yeah.
The guy in the crowd being like, "Well, he's got like 80,000 subscribers." Like, great, 80,000 idiots.
Yeah. The Holy Trinity. They could be there. Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Cannon Bros.
Cannon Bros could
Jaha,
be there, but
of course.
again,
Good Jaha.
Jaha would be War Dog Leader. Oh yeah, we heard War Dog Leader
King
today.
of Suffering. Yeah.
King of Suffering. What is it? Jaha, yeah. That's a good tier list idea. Actually, it's the biggest rivals. Actually, that's a good tier list.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
NWO News in the house says, "I'm from Connecticut. I used to do crew on the CT River right next to Sikorsky Helicopter Factory. My father owned an arcade in Sheldon named Game Zone. I'm pretty sure Phil has been there at some point. Big ups, NWO News. I can search Game Zone on SRK and see if something comes up, because they always talked about those fucking tournaments. But big ups."
Nice.
A lot of people.
The one in the mall where he was falling around.
14-year-old
girls.
Yeah.
That's the. But next to the FYE music store. Donuts. He brought donuts once, and a Panda Express too. So shout outs to that
Don't
one.
you dare go shopping during this
when Philip, so in love with Panda Express, when they had fresh, they just made everything fresh, he would get a special call from a worker so he could waddle on over there and get his fresh Panda Express. That is a true story from Philip himself. A lot of people says, I should have called in for this. Phil's rival is Phil.
Oh,
that's more of a big brain choice, but I'm not against it. I do know what you're saying there. He has made the most mistakes of his own career, I think, than anyone else. I think that's fair to say. Makes sense. Speedy says, "Do you know the video The Professional did?" Yeah, I've not finished it, but Professional, a huge YouTuber, did have a video about begging streamers, and Philip Burnell and
Phil's
Wings were the main targets. And,
always interesting seeing an outsider's perspective, saying saying basically what the conclusions that everyone comes to. It's like, where's the money going?
Yeah, that was his big question: is where does the money go? And he doesn't seem to know about where it's actually going. So it's kind of funny. And Philip was saying how you can't make money off of ads anymore, and the Professional just calmly is telling you how that's not true. How I make enough from ads. You know what I'm saying? So, but
that guy's a really funny story. Like he's made his living doing GTA role playing, and he basically built his life around sort of GTA role playing. Like he bought properties. He plays his life like a GTA game.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that comes off as authentic. That's why he has a following, I'm sure, is because he's just authentic person sharing thoughts, care about what you think or not. It's just, here's my thoughts, and like it or don't like it. But yeah, definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet. It's called The Professional, is his name. Let's get a few more messages in.
He looks at Wings. He looks at a couple female streamers who also exhibit a lot of narcissistic traits.
Yep. And he also has GTA lore videos. Are hype. I'm down with all lore videos. Lore videos are hype. Like, you don't have to know the game. If a lore video is well made, they're interesting. Let's get Fats12 in the house. Come on, Fats.
So, my favorite DSP rival. This is a bit a-loggy of me to say, but there's been this troll that's been living in the Snort Fort, and he's been spending all of Phil's money.
Yes, this one,
like this retarded mobile game.
Okay. Yeah, this guy. This guy is a real rival.
Horrifically ruining this man's life. I don't know how he's getting away with it, but he's just destroying him. So that's my favorite DSP rival, is that whoever this weird guy living in the Snort Fort, spending all of his money on mobile games and ordering him gin and DoorDashes. I don't know who it is, but that guy's really fucking up Phil.
Yeah, that's what we just glossed over this person. We kind of forgot about him, I guess. But yeah, this is the biggest rival of all time. The person that is acting like DSP and spending thousands of dollars on a mobile game to troll Philip. It's amazing. It really is amazing, this guy.
Going all the same shops and everything, isn't he, that guy?
And here's the crazy part. When Philip would say he's going to a restaurant, that guy would go to the same place and buy stuff. Just enough to be two people's orders. That's insane, dude. This
For a
guy,
mobile game addict, he has a lot of self-control. It's crazy.
It's amazing. It's incredible, actually. I think this guy should be in the Mount Rushmore, actually. Yeah, you're right. It is. He also goes to all the places Philip... He just goes to every place Philip goes. He must have bought a house next to Philip, basically, because he goes to all the same places.
He's probably got the same ants in his garage. Feeds the same woodland critters.
Does everything. It's amazing. All right, let's go to Haggai in the house.
Hello from Brazil. I just want to say that for DSP, since every time he has success in anything, doesn't try anymore. He was the smartest on his school. He doesn't need to study anymore. He was 4th place on Evil. Well, he doesn't try anymore for any games. He's already a champion.
Correct.
He made money on YouTube. Well, he doesn't need to try to improve anymore. After all, he was already a success. So it seems every time he's at a little success, that's a reason to stop trying, because it means he's good at it.
Correct. Very good observation, my friend. That is true. Whenever he gets any success, I'll give you a good example as well. KO Gaming. When he got the most successful video, what do? Staycation time, boys. I can take a break with KO Gaming. We're successful now, fuckers. Then it started going downhill, and that's what happened. So I think that's true. Whenever he gets any kind of success, it means I don't have to try anymore. So there you go.
Yeah, it's weird. He's like, I defeated this. I don't have to do this anymore.
Yep.
Very few people do that. I don't know what impulse that is. Especially people on YouTube. If they find their niche, they drill into it. They get good at it. They extrapolate upon it. But DSP is like, well, I did this, time to move on and do something else.
But there you go.
I think a chunk of it is probably like some level of narcissistic entitlement, as in like, I've got this thing, now I should continue to get it. I don't need to put in any extra work to make sure that I keep getting it. Say like, buying new equipment, upgrading computers, stuff like that. But I still expect that stuff is coming to me. I don't have to like work at my YouTube videos anymore, because I used to have a contract with Machinima that paid me loads of money for doing this.
Yeah.
I should still be getting that loads of money. So
I used to get a lot of money, so I should now too. Right?
Yeah.
So
basically, yeah. It's entitled. It's like, should get it.
All right, let's do one or two more messages here. Let's go.
Hey guys, got a question for you. If Phil actually would have not been lazy and actually released episodes of Project 7 and continued through with it, do you think it would have been successful? Because back then, like the Nostalgia Critic and Angry Video Game Nerd stuff was still successful. Personally, I think it might have bought him a few years, but that's just me. Anyways, big ups.
You're saying if he continued it like he was doing, I guess, like it was like a regular thing? So like the first Project 7... like the first one, Now, of course, we can't see the
Just
real
him
numbers.
with the mask, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first ones are
Then-
horrible, but they still had
Yeah.
like the first one had 359,000 views. Second episode, 250.
Back at, I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's
amazing.
cumulative now, but still.
Yeah. But still amazing.
Yeah.
But by the last episode, we were to or last one, so we're down to like 30,000 for the last ones. So it's a big drop. Oh, episode 4 had 204,000. Oh, we had so many fucking trailers. This is Project 7 is like trailers. Why are there so many trailers? Trailer. Project 7
You don't need to go
FAQ.
out and film more footage.
That's true. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, who knows? If they kept going, would they got 100,000 views every time at least? I don't know. But
I don't think it would have done any better than Snodgeman and Hole Punch, because, I mean, say what you want about the writing, this is pretty bad. I am proud of John Rambo for actually seeing that thing to completion, though. It's something to be proud of, even though it's barely tolerable to watch by my own objective standards, or subjective.
Yeah.
But at least John Rambo was able to get people together and like film them together. He had Brian actually as an actual role. I don't think DSP had the ability to corral these people and keep this series going to any sort of conclusion the way that John Rambo did.
look at
Yeah, go
It's
on.
just, look at this. I just brought up the Snodgeman and Hole Punch playlist because I just want to check it out. Like, the average views on these is like between 10 and 30,000, like 20,000 for each view. But listen to the work put into the description. All right, so this is the description for Snodgeman and Hole Punch. A whole paragraph. In life, some achieve great success while others sink to the bottom like a hefty turd. The business of fighting evil is no different. Superheroes who calmly save the day while glistening as sun are regarded as role models. Blah, 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 blah. Snodgeman and Hole Punch, the Justice Least, created by John Rambo and John O.J. Harrington. Okay, so a paragraph of storyline. You get the elevator pitch, let's say. All right, let's go to the playlist for Project 7. The playlist is for all official footage relating to the Project 7 web series.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Thanks for that. I
I'm
learned
now
a lot
informed about it. Yeah. But he still
anyway.
does that. Like, hey, this is my playthrough of this game on this console. If you want to support the channel, here's my tip link and all that. That's all. He's just copy pasting I bet he set it as like a template for YouTube every time he uploads a video. Just like,
Yep. Don't ask any questions, bitch. Want to see what it's about? Click a video, dumb fucks. All right, 2 more messages. Let's go. Well, Swade. Go.
Hey, big ups. That being said, this is Will Sweet speaking. I was recently watching one of DSP's videos where he was playing like WWE and he was playing Rey Mysterio, and he had like these common racist outbursts. But
yes.
It came to my mind. Do you guys think that Kat could be also a racist? I really haven't heard anything about her saying, racist things, but I was just wondering your guys' take on this. Do you guys believe Kat is a racist? Anyways, big ups, guys. Love the show. Love the community. Big ups, everyone.
Big ups, Well Swade. So, I'll throw this to Luda World Order. The only thing I want to say is Panda Lee was definitely racist in her younger years. I don't know if she still is, but Panda Lee was absolutely racist 100% of the time.
Choice quotes.
She said, she's black because she was trying to steal a soda, I think. I can't remember that one. Of course, the black woman's trying to steal, or something like that. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's about black people, and she would say that often. But she would say things like that often. So Panda Lee definitely was in her younger years.
Or
But
like the people
Luda,
with the mariachi music outside the window.
yes. Because you can hit her. Yeah, that was it. Thank you, Atcheron. Because you can hit her. Yes. Mexican comments. Yes. But Luda, what do you think about Catherine Burnell being a racist?
I don't know.
I don't know. No proof there. No proof, guys. I was asking Ludwig because he edited a 5-hour That's How You Don't Play and had to watch a lot of her gameplay, more than anyone else on Earth, probably. So he would have heard it.
Other than you.
I know. Ludwig's watched more than me. Ludwig's watched more than me, actually, from everybody. So I don't think she is.
Nothing really racially charged in those videos. More just like it shows her inability to understand like emotional connection. That was a real standout moment.
Very on the spectrum style things of not understanding relationships of anybody, how they're supposed to go together.
Which again aligns with what Jenna's said about her.
Yeah.
I don't think she's
why when someone is telling you about their problems, you talk about your own problems, sort of as a way to just be like, I've been through that too. You can get through it if I can. And she's just like, it goes just right over her head. Like, I don't know why people do that.
Yeah, I don't think she's a racist. I don't think she has the. I don't know.
I bet she just nods along when Phil is though.
Oh yeah.
Complain about like the ethnicity of the DoorDash driver, and whatever. Honey.
She won't push back. No pushback. No. Big up RS Nerd says Palm Primus on Twitter pointed out his WBA Champions Discord log leak PFP is him, since the one he posted on Twitter was cropped, meaning the person in the leak had the original photo. This confirms the leak was 100% true. Get help, DSP RS Nerd. I believe though that's the Yoshi picture. I believe you're talking about
with the
RS
Yoshi
Nerd.
hat on. Yeah.
But I think we did debunk that as being the same one. I can't remember.
Isn't it the code, like the number ID that confirms the Discord? I think. Like you get the unique user ID number, and it's
there's
the
so
same
many.
as
Okay, there you go. But there's so many reasons that it is him, not just without that. But yeah, Ludo, you know what he's talking about? Can you explain that better?
The evidence really that ties it together for me is when his Discord was exposed, he deleted his Discord account and made a new one, and that one was eventually confirmed. And when you look at that account and you see that the date that was created, it was the same day as the old one was deleted. So that to me represents a clear connection between the old one and the current one.
Okay, so a lot of people are saying that the original, it was the original photo. Arsner is right. Okay, I thought we looked at that, but anyways. All right, my friends, 5:36. We got to end. I know we still have more messages to go. You know what? I'll play one more because I think if I play one more, that'll be everyone that was sent today. So I'll play one more. Here we go. Felonious Burnell III.
Hey, big fan of the podcast. I think there was something wrong with the speak pipe. It said there was a massive delay when I was uploading, so hopefully you get this message this week. Who knows? This past Friday, the current president, Abraham Lincoln, did a huge speech to a crowd. I know him and ALT went to grade school together, but let's try to be unbiased. One of the listeners in the crowd shouted, "Prepare the slave trade. We're selling her right off for profits." How could someone just say that in the year 1864? That's crazy. Even if it was just a joke, that's insanely messed up. Maybe Lincoln and the guy, they like to razz each other, but
you're just
I
razzing.
don't know. It could have been part of the speech, but it's still crazy that you could just say that in this year. Anyways, I just wanted to give my thoughts on the upcoming election. This country is in a pretty tough spot. I don't know if we can get two candidates worse than this ever, but it's crazy. We'll see if we make it through this year. Hopefully you guys get this message soon, and big ups.
Big ups. Yes, they were just razzing each other back then. Razz between Abraham Lincoln and it was just classic razzing. Anyways.
Now let's look at it from the Confederates' perspective.
Yes, I think that's a great point.
Both sides have good points.
Anyways, thanks so much for joining, everybody. You're all fucking legends. It was a lot of fun. Steve in the house. And Sam in the house, too, in the chat. How about that? Sam was in the chat. That's a full
house.
Yeah, full house without Meerkat. Meerkat was coming. He doesn't have internet for a while, actually, Meerkat. So it might be a while for him, guys. Meerkat is... he did this last summer as well. I'm not sure the whole situation. Eastern Europe is a lot of shaky. You never know what's going on over there, honestly, But he's going to be back soon. I promise you, Meerkat will be back. Steve, any message to the lovely people watching right now? Come on, Steve.
Come and watch me and Broside Phil on Friday. Gonna pimp us out again because we're going to do a little bit more of the interview, and hopefully we'll get through longer than an hour this time.
Nice, Ludwig. What you got?
He was getting in for.
Yes. You're still doing that. What you're doing that same thing still? That's like a month now, right? How long have you been doing this?
Yeah.
Nice.
We've not even got to start joining the call yet.
Nice. All right, Ludwig, my friend, what do you got going on, my friend?
Still editing for It's a Gundam. Been editing his videos since late January. The one I'm working on now is on the Boogie crypto rug pull scam. Currently working
hype.
Yeah. Currently working on the This Is How You Don't Play for the Elden Ring DLC. If you're a subscriber to my, or if you're a member to my channel, you can see previews that I've uploaded before memes are added. And stream on Twitch whenever I can, at least like 4 days a week. Whenever I usually like edit in the background, watch a lot of locale update videos, news and lore and things like that.
Big ups.
And that's it.
You're a legend. Thanks for joining us all. Oh, yeah, Boss Man Jack was arrested today, so there's some locale news for you.
Oh, yeah. Gotta get caught up on that.
But yeah, you can catch up on the news of that somewhere else. I'll be streaming. This is the week of ALT. This is the day number 3. Tomorrow, we're going to do the pre-stream style show. So we will watch the pre-stream on WPIG tomorrow. Friday, that will be This How You Don't Play. And then the weekend, the usual weekend stuff. We'll see you then. So see you tomorrow, everybody. You're all legends. Thanks for hanging out, and bye.
This one goes out to the one and only, the big cat, the fat cat. Big ups. I first saw you in Burger King. You took 2 seats 'cause that ass is way too big. Had a boyfriend, I realized, but you told him lies with your raccoon eyes. The DoorDash is here. Wipe away your tears. Got you extra fries, and they taste just right. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Take you power walking on the beach, feasting on some sushi like you were the queen. Let me run some errands while you sleep. I can watch you play Skyrim all day this week. Have no fear, there's no trolls here. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Raccoon eyes. Kevin made you cry with those raccoon eyes.
In reality, like I tell you guys, every day when I wake up, that's the best day of my life. I feel like this next day is awesome. I have a beautiful wife who I love so much. She loves me, and a family, Jasper, and you know the things we get to do together. You know, I definitely want more time with them and more family time. But I absolutely love my life today compared to how it used to be. Seriously, all those years back then, you'd be like, it's a whirlwind of crap. It was me. And by the way, I've told you guys about my past. I used to drink way too much. I would be drinking constantly, all the time, because I was so stressed out. Honestly, when I started with this whole thing, I was depressed many years ago, a decade ago. I didn't like my life or anything. And basically, liquor was the way to kind of get through that. It was, I hate my life. I hate who I am. So let me just drink it all away and just keep pumping out fucking YouTube videos. I don't have to do that shit anymore. Like, I'm happy with who I am. I actually don't think clicking like on a live stream helps at all. So it really doesn't matter if this stream gets 100 likes or 2. I don't think it affects it. Look here! Look, listen!